Just do, he just smooth, bringing much news with the facts when he crush fools. I'm rough school, I bust moves like Crush Groove. Pass me the mic and I'll turn it into lunch food. Just cool, but talk slick and he'll punch dudes. Cowards get the message and they hush like chubs do. You can bring your whole bus crew plus two. T-Dub-T is astronomical, you comical. You a fool if you think we'll ever honor you. Them other channels ain't shit, no abdominal. This the face of new media, fuck a Donahue. You see my giant crew, we shine like a diamond do. If any trolls disrespect, yo, we finding you. We all surrounding you, it ain't no reminding you. He already done surpassed what you trying to do. So quit the fake smoke, you suckers better take notes. When you step into the chat, you better wipe your feet. Hit the like and keep your comment short and sweet. My homie just not a joke, you don't want to war. Plus a deep boxing IQ, you don't want to spar. He broadcasted from Jersey, so we straight. Cause you deep in the dirt, that's why they call this the Garden State. You seem tough but not a threat like a garden snake. We not scared of you, we chopping off a head or two. Mark your calendar, remember what we said to you. It's no option, it's just do boxing. Mark your calendar, remember what I'm telling you. It's no option, it's just do boxing. Word 'em up. T-Dub-T, we in the spot. LDBC strong.
What's good? What's good? Salute to the fan, man. Salute to the fan. How y'all bros? How the family feeling on this good Sunday, man? Y'all smash that like button with your favorite punch. Hope everybody enjoyed the fights last night. For one, I enjoyed the fight card. I don't have much to complain about. But y'all know the slogan, man. We ain't here to break the news. We're here to have a conversation, man. So we gonna have us a conversation. AJ, what's good, fam? Salute to you, bro. Appreciate you pulling up. How you feeling? Open LDTV. Blessings to you, bro. Appreciate you stopping through. BVO Boxing. Salute, fam. How you feeling? Don't run, Virgil's coming to get boots. Hey, bro, listen. I can't wait to see that fight, yo, to be honest with you, because you know what? For one, I think Virgil would take that fight. I do. I really do. Anybody that subs to anybody that supports the TWT family or, just subbing to anybody that's rocking with us as a whole, we appreciate y'all, man. Even when y'all not subbing to me, I see y'all subbing and supporting other people. I genuinely appreciate that, man, because I'm a heavy advocate for support, man. So that's the only way we could grow, you know what I'm saying, if we continue to support each other. So I appreciate all y'all showing up as y'all do and supporting each other, man. That's how we got to do it, man. Josh, my bro, what's good with it, Brody? How you feeling, man? Oh, you already know, Josh, man. Now, you know better than that. You know better. This shit like a damn cigar. You get what I'm saying? This shit like a whole real life cigar out here. You know what I'm saying? What's good with the fam, though? How y'all bros feeling, bro? How y'all feeling, man? D-man, my bro, what's good with the D-man? How you feeling, Brody? How y'all bros feeling, man? We're going to get into it for sure. They tried to rob Johnny Rice last night. Hey, man. And it's like, I'm all about the conversation. So I know how to have these conversations. And the reason people feel like that is real. You get what I'm saying? Dolfo, salute to you, fam. Appreciate you pulling up. I'm feeling pretty good. Appreciate everybody that pulled up on that 9 hours and some change stream that we had last night, man. We had a hell of a stream. Miss Joette, salute to you, Queen. How you feeling? Appreciate you stopping through as you always do. Appreciate you. You know how you feeling over there. You enjoyed the fights last night? Smoke, what's good, Smoke? Salute to TWT family. Yes, sir, man. Salute to my fan, man. I got to start making sure I remember to get y'all the flames when y'all come in. Smoke, I like that logo too back there, man. I see it. I peeped it. And Josh, I peeped you switched yours up. Alpin, how you feeling, bro? Y'all enjoyed these fights? No smoke, but I tell you, man. I was going to be hollering, oh my God, what happened to Virgil? You know what I'm saying? And I just was listening to that song, y'all. I just was listening to that. Yeah, it's like a permanent finger attached. You know what I'm saying? Facts, bro. That's like, I had to make sure it was nice, a nice joint over here, man. So how everybody feeling, man? It's a bad look for boxing. And you know what? Not so much for boxing as a whole. I mean, it's kind of like a black eye to the sport in a sense, but I like holding the necessary parties involved accountable. And I feel like that referee is just a piece of shit. He's a piece of shit for real, y'all. He's a piece of shit, man. He really showed that he really either he wasn't paying attention or he was willing to kind of rob a man. You know what I'm saying? Whichever one wasn't cool. Whether he was not paying attention or he was cool with robbing somebody. Both is bad in my eyes. 817, what's good with it, family? How you feeling, bro? Appreciate everybody pulling up in the building. Like I said, man, y'all punch that like button with y'all favorite punch. And I was jumping from U to T and 5. Yeah, and we appreciate you because we know we was taking over the airwaves. And, that's how we grow, man. Just rocking. We got some genuine people rocking with us, man. That's why we do this every day, y'all. That's why we, we come here every day to have these bills, man. Hopefully everybody in here having a good day, man. Good Sunday, man. And we gonna have this conversation. I told y'all Oscar and Ryan can't be trusted. A-Smoke. We're gonna talk about it, bro. Because 817, pardon me, 817 and Smoke. My bad, y'all. Sean, my bro, what's good with it, family? How you feeling, man? Appreciate you stopping through. And Joe and them do the same for Otto. I mean, hey, man, you see 817 because you're a real one, and I know you caught that. Y'all give me 2 seconds. Let me turn this damn heat off. My bad, y'all. My bad. Yeah, I got questions. Facts, 817. Again, man, this is an open panel, too, just in case anybody do want to come up and build. I'm going to start doing these more often anyway, because, again, this our channel. It's about what we think, not just what I think. So anytime I got the family in the building and it's something worth building on, y'all can feel free. If not, y'all know your boy going to cook anyway. Y'all know I'm going to cook regardless, man. My bad, y'all. But yeah, man, I don't care what people say. My dog Shaw, he did good. He just got offset by FA educated long drive from what I saw last night. And again, it's a learning experience. It's all about the conversation. And I wanted to ask how good he is, how people think he is. Do y'all still feel like he 10 times better than Big Baby Anderson and weird stuff like that? I told people, man, and I like what I seen from Shaw. Ain't no reason to hang your head, man. Ain't no reason. No reason at all. Virgil might start boosting 8. Hey, look, that's possible, BVO. When you're talking to JusDue, I don't see things one way. So even though I still see, definitely more cases, more scenario where Boots beat this guy, he still is a very live body, a live dog. He's a you know what I mean? That's a real 50-50-ish type fight still. You get what I'm saying? Because I respect Virgil Ortiz, and he's a good fighter. I like his attitude, like his energy, like what he brings to the sport of boxing. He's a good fighter. You know what I'm saying? But I just think Boots is a far more skilled than him. And I feel like a power just not going to be enough for Boots. And it's like you're going to have to really display a level of skill, man, to really deal with that dude.
Mm-hmm. Johnny Rice impressed me. I'm so impressed with Johnny Rice because he was getting touched up bad, kind of. But his defense impressed me the most.
Appreciate you too, D, man. You was holding me down too. Oh, y'all. We had a long stream.
I didn't like how they tried to do him. That ref swore it was the headbutt, and I clearly see he tagged him as soon as the round started. He went, pow! And all you seen was he just started gushing.
He knew what it was. BVO, what's good with it, fam? How you feeling, bro?
What's up with you?
Oh, all right, you good. You good. What's going on with you, fam? Edgar Chavez, salute to you, bro. How y'all bros feeling, man? Still here? And we'll put the pause on Big Baby. I feel you. And again, y'all know I just like to generate the best conversation. Like it's not one-way traffic with me. I love the difference of opinion because the conversation go a bit deeper. Everybody think the same. What we talking about? You get what I'm saying? We'd be in and out of here like a robbery. So I like the resistance. And again, I'm not a right or wrong dude. So when somebody could tell me something else they think, that's what I want you to do. You know what I'm saying? So it's cool. What's good with y'all bros though,
What
man?
y'all think about the guy Benjamin that started off?
Say that again.
That guy Benjamin, what's his name? The one that kicked it off from 175. Hey,
DANTE Benjamin.
Yeah. Whoo.
Yeah, I like him.
Hey, Just, what you think about father trainers, man? I'm kind of interested what you think about that.
Father trainers. You know what? That's a good question. And I think it's good for the sport, but I like to use Bill Haney as a prime example, right? Mm-hmm. That dude fired himself. You get what I'm saying? The dude fired himself to like get out of the way and allow his son to bring him back to the extent he needed him. And I think he filling them shoes and that role very well. Like people could take a page out of Bill's book. And I think he learning on the job too, in terms of like, you know what I mean? The position he filling for his son. So I think he's doing a good job because he understands how to promote and not make it about him. He get out of the way. It's always about Dad. And I think that's dope. And the fact that he's been making sure his son get paid regardless of what people think about his star power in terms of if he could sell or fill out arenas, it don't matter. That man getting paid. And he an undisputed champion right now. He did this shit real young. So father trainers, you know, serve a good, you know, they serve good in the sport. It just depend on, you know what I mean? Because then you got a Teofimo Lopez Sr. that he over promoted his son. I just think he like a yes man when he come to his kids. Nothing he could do wrong. He's greatest this and greatest that. And I think you got to find balance with that. There's nothing wrong with being your son's biggest fan. But you have to be realistic, and a lot of the things I hear that come out of his mouth just don't seem realistic. And he put his son in weird situations. You get what I'm saying? Like put unnecessary pressure on him. Take this shit one fight at a time. Don't sit here and talk about how you're going to dominate a whole division when you just got there. Then you're going to dominate. Then you're going to jump up, fight Earl Spence. It's like you unrealistic. I know you want to shoot high. You want to shoot for the stars, and hopefully you hit the moon. But God damn it, that ain't it. And you see the contrast in the fathers and how they deal with their kids and their careers. One guy is just, you know, patting his son on the ass and telling him everything you do is good. And then you got one that really is there and watching his son put this work in and is willing to go get help and allow his son to work with other people to just get better. And it seemed like that's where his father don't understand. And from what I get, somebody close to their situation said, you know, he did have a trainer that was doing well with him, but, you know, him and his father butted heads. So he fired the trainer. And then I heard he had his son doing football drills and shit like that. So I'm like, man, you setting this dude up to really lose. And it's unfortunate because the fall from grace the second time around is going to be a lot worse than that first one because it's like you didn't learn. You get what I'm saying? If you didn't learn, you bound to repeat that mistake again. So it's like he at 140. Feel like he on borrowed time, and if his father is the head trainer, I don't see him ever becoming champion again. No weight class. You know what I'm saying? He need somebody that really know the sport and that's really gonna get on his ass and correct the shit that he do wrong and not just focus on what he do well, but focus on his weaknesses and improve on them. And I don't see his father being the guy to get him over that hump. Boxing, MMA, salute, fam.
I feel you, Just, but I think he should take a page out of Brian Norman Sr. because I love what he was saying to his son. That's how a father training his son supposed to be. He was getting his son shit.
That look, you know what? I feel what you're saying, but that looked awful, man. As a fight fan on the outside looking in, that looked absolutely awful. And
what's that?
The way Norman dad was acting in the corner.
Oh, okay.
Professional, man. And you know what? The thing I think was happening with some of these fighters is they're not fighting enough. So then they get these stages and they underperform because, you know, people say, oh, yeah, back in the day, you know, this guy would have taken it up. But these guys didn't have Twitter. They didn't have Facebook. They didn't have this, you know, they growing up with it. So it's really what you got is, you know, the big about what Jess said is that you got Teofimo's dad living through him and not really letting Teofimo do nothing because I think Teofimo should be with Mark Brewer. If you watch, you can't tell me that's not a lot of what Mark Brewer could teach him on how to switch directions, change the pace. Because Tioff is super athletic, and at the end of the day, he makes people limited, and it's because he's a different trainer. But that's just my thoughts on it, man. Because my favorite trainer was Roy Jones, and his dad was a great partnership.
Case of boy, damn it, man.
Now,
What's good, bro?
now,
817, what's good, fam? What you got on it, bro?
salute. Now, look, it's a double-edged sword when you're talking about, you know, father trainers, right? There's a good side and there's a bad side, right? We've seen it done effectively, and we've seen it be fucked up. I say this. Last night, I respect Brian Norman Sr. for what he did with his son. What you have to understand is this. Fuck the perception, right? People gonna have a perception or whatever they're gonna have a perception on, right? Essentially, what you're doing is locking in with your fighter. What's important is what the fuck is happening in the ring. What the fuck is important is happening with your child, right?
Amen.
And you know what y'all worked on. You know what y'all worked on. You know what you asked of him. You know what you been able to see him perform. Now we know the layoff did have an effect on Norman because we seen him fight 4 times in the year last year, albeit at a lower weight. But also we seen him fight and be a lot more effective and a lot more sharp. So a lot of times, you know, rust do play a factor. But what his father did was locked in with his son and started demanding the things that, you know, they had worked on. That's what any trainer does. Now the communication and the way that it's communicated. Look, man, everybody not gonna communicate in a way where it's comfortable for everyone. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gotta. People need to get outside themselves. That's one thing. That's one of the gripes that I've always had about ESPN publications and their pay-per-views, right? This is a gladiator sport. We sitting there watching people, you know what I'm saying, attempt to damage the other with their hand. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if you guys remember. I mean, all the way back from the Sean Porter and Adrian Broner fight. That whole production was weird when PBC tried to do it on regular TV and not allow you to hear what was going on in the corner, not allow them individuals to be themselves. You know what I'm saying? It was just weird. Any production like that is weird. You know what I'm saying? That's why I always have a gripe about the commercial breaks, not giving us insight on the corner and things of that nature, because it gives you more insight to the fight. And that's for a hardcore fight fan or for, you know, just your casual. But again, man, look, we've seen it all the way. If you go back and look at Diego Corrales and Castillo, you know what I'm saying? It took for Dan Goosen to say, hey, man, you know what I'm saying? You got to fucking get in there. Sometimes the language going to be the language. Ain't the first time you heard a cuss word, but what he did, he got in his son's ass. And what did you see? You saw Brian Norman pout for a couple of rounds, get off his game, realize he was finna lose, and sit down on some shit and win the fight. Now, he got a lot to work on moving forward. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot that needs to be worked on moving forward. Right?
He couldn't have shot his load in the first round.
Right. There's a lot that we could say that needs to be worked on. But I'm just saying at the end of the day, what you have to do is communicate what you see into your fighter. You know what I'm saying? And you have to do it with a sense of urgency.
Yes, Lord.
If you saying, well, you know, you think about Futch, man, about being calm. And to me, his dad going at him like he did, he looked a little rattled in there. So what I'm saying, if you watching, I know you said perception don't matter, but he looked bad. He wasn't moving good. He was too caught up into, I don't know, it's just like a miscommunication with the corner. I've never really seen that before. It was kind of weird.
But
I get you, BVO, but think of it like this. Have your parents ever got on you? Do they say it in a nice way or do they say it in a mean way? Like, nah, do this, do that.
And it's not really even that it's mean. It was an honest like response for what was going on at the time. But finish, go ahead, bro.
No, all I was saying is if you look at the way he was like, so he looked like he was in the fight. You know what I mean? You would have thought his dad had the gloves on. And what I'm saying is, as a trainer, you're not supposed to be emotional. You're supposed to be calm, cool, collected, and giving the man some good going on. And if you watch that fight, Norman's dad did not do that. He won that fight because if he was in there with anybody else, he would have went to bed. If he was in there with a live, you know, dog, he would have went to bed.
But again, he was in there. He was in there with who he was
Gotcha.
supposed to be in there with at the time. These are growing pains and growing lessons for all of these young fighters. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Brian
Right.
Norman's a very young fighter.
Right.
Boots Ennis is a young fighter. We got young fighters who are very talented, and we watching them go through these things. You know what I'm saying? And go through these growing pains before our very eyes. Now, again, I understand what you're saying about communication, right? But everybody doesn't respond to that type of to those types of communications. And you have to understand as well when you talk about somebody like Mark Breland and Teofimo Lopez, you know, people's personalities matter. You know what I'm saying? Not just the ability to teach, but the personalities as well. They got to be able to meld and to mesh and to grow together. Yeah, somebody like Deontay Wilder have Mark Breland for so long or whatnot, and I mean, we were able to find out that the communication wasn't effective between them two. You know what I'm saying? No matter how long that run was, you know. So again, sometimes the ends don't justify the means, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to these father trainers and their situations, but it's all on the individuals and how they play it. Everything has context to it. But again, you know, as far as the communication and being able to hear what they say and how they say it and things of that nature, a lot of those guys will tell you they don't want to hear anybody else communicating to them but those individuals, especially those father-son trainer situations. So as much as we think it was abrasive or whatnot, you know what I'm saying, and his father, again, there are things that for everybody in that corner to learn from this experience, right? Not just the fighters, but the trainer as well. But understand they respond effectively to those types of communications. You know what I'm saying?
Military type stuff.
Right. Especially with the father-son trainer.
And that's a fact. Just to piggyback off of what you were saying, like the fighter, a lot of times is not the, you know, a lot of time we talk about the fighter learning. It's not only the fighter that's learning, the trainers are learning too. And I see what you're saying in terms of the way he communicated with his son. And like I said, it's not just the fighter that's learning, it's his father as well. And I could just think, one could kind of assume that, you know, none of his fights, he probably had to get on him in that way. You get what I'm saying? And I think it's something for him to learn from that too. Like, do I respond this way? Did my son respond when I went at him this way? How did he respond? Or, you know what I mean? This may be the first time he was put in this situation. So maybe his father reacted the way, you know, he felt like he should have at the moment. And maybe he could even reflect and look at how he responded and maybe change it if he sees it's a problem. But I feel like as long as, you know, your communication is you getting through that fighter and you able to, you know, relay a message and it get through to them, then you good. But, you know, at the end of the day, I think it's a learning experience for both of them on both sides. And like, it's not just for Norman. Some things that his pops could take away and, you know, analyze, step back, you know what I mean? Take a look at something and maybe make an adjustment where he see fit. But in order for him to change, you know, what he, you know, his approach in terms of how he get his message across, he will have to see a problem with it first. So if he don't see a problem with what he's doing, I don't see him changing it. And I ain't saying that he should or shouldn't, but the big picture is that he got the win and they all as a team collectively could learn from this and get better the next time out.
I think the fact that was his first time on a top rating card, he got there a day early. But what I'm saying, if you get people, the corner can't be the reason why you get coming in looking like that. He looked like trash, man. And you can't tell me his dad doing that didn't contribute.
Yeah, I don't think he looked like trash.
It didn't contribute to it. You have to understand the man was at 147 for the first time. He was very muscular and he shot his load in the first round. So
if he'd have went to the body, he'd have had him out in the fifth.
Yeah, I think you being a little extra. I just think, you know what I'm saying, you being a little extra about the corner. You know what I'm saying? You felt some type of way about the way his dad was communicating to him and you ain't like it. You know what I'm saying? But again, bro, the dude shot his load. You know, he was at 147 for the first time, and he was at, on the first time on this card, on this top ranked card. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of that contributed to it. I think he came in wanting to make a statement, prove a point. He had previous dealings with previous companies where the fights didn't go through. He was supposed to fight on this date, this date, this date, and the third. There's a lot of things that contributed to that. It wasn't just, it wasn't just his corner. That ain't the first time his daddy got in his ass. Come on, fam. Ain't the first time his daddy got in his ass, and the fact that it was on TV didn't have shit to do with it. He ain't heard that shit before. Stop.
I'm not saying what I'm saying. What I'm
His
saying,
dad's a disciplinarian.
you missing what I'm saying is me in a fight like that's a showcase fight. So what I'm saying is it's just like Boots. It's just like everybody got a little disappointed in Boots. On a showcase fight, man, we talk about the sweet science, but at some point he was supposed to really dominate this guy. He ended up beating him, but I'm just saying overall the way that him standing up, I didn't like that Boots was standing up in this fight. Like I just don't understand like why.
How come you didn't? He won all 12 rounds. I mean, I know you know what you was disappointed in. You was disappointed in the fact that he ain't knock him out, just like he did the last 10 opponents. But goddamn, but
all Boots had to do was cut off the ring.
But no, it wasn't even about cutting off the ring. He cut off the ring some. But check it out. That dude did not come to win. That dude did not come to win. That dude came to parlay. That dude came to parlay himself for another American bag. He did not want to come over here and get knocked out in his first fight in America. And if you buying that fool's gold, and if you think somebody else like Virgil, or if you think somebody else that's going to actually try to fight Boots, going to stand in there and be able to do more, then buy that fool's gold. Put your motherfucking logo on it. I promise you'll be changing that motherfucker because he going to rearrange their face. You talking about Virgil, but why motherfucker say he need 48 months? And if that wasn't the fucking case, right, and he got away from that, and he got away from that trainer, then why the fuck he go to sign and fight McKenzie? Stop with the cap, bro.
This what I'm
he going to fight pillow-fisted motherfuckers. He ain't ran up in that lost nest.
This is what I'm saying, man. You taking what I'm thinking about the wrong. Maybe I'm not conveying it right, but basically what I'm saying is that's why I think it's so important for these guys to be more active. I didn't think that Boots looked bad because Boots didn't knock him out. I thought Boots looked bad.
Man.
Patient. He was not patient. He was swinging that air, turning himself all the way around. So, yeah, Karen didn't come to fight. So there's no way. He beat him every round. My thing is you have to really work on that patience in the ring. That's what makes Floyd so good. That's what makes Tank good. You got to have patience. That's all I'm saying. I
feel you, fam. I feel you, but when did that shit start happening? That shit started happening about round 8. After dude had been running for about 7 to 8 fucking rounds. I get it. He does need to be patient, right? He needed this so that he can understand, hey man, in any situation, even if a motherfucker is not engaged, and continue to be patient. You feel what I'm saying? Like he needed this type of motherfucking fight, even though we've never seen anybody else employ this type of strategy. You feel what I'm saying? And for that dude, look, bro, if you're gonna run for 8 rounds and you still in the fight, right? You still in the fight in 8 rounds, you're gonna try to win one of them motherfuckers. He never attempted to win any round. That man wanted to parlay another American bag. It was his first time in America, and he didn't want to come over here and get knocked out like every other foreigner does that tries to stand in there and fight. Facts. So again, don't buy the fool's gold, fam. Yeah, it's shit that these cats can learn from, but I guarantee you, any of these motherfuckers that we calling prime cats, they avoiding these guys for a motherfucking reason, because they egos will not let them stand in there and run for 12 rounds and get blanked 12-0. They gonna fucking come to fight. Virgil gonna come to fight. He from my city, bro. He gonna come to motherfucking fight. And guess what? He ain't ready for that motherfucking fight. If you seen him fight McKenzie, you know he ain't motherfucking ready to fight Boots. You know he ain't.
That's the thing. He never said 48 months. That's what Robert Garcia said.
And Robert Garcia is his fucking trainer who is teaching him the sport. He's seeing the shit.
You missing what I'm saying, man, because you coming
every day.
I'm talking about all.
Boots is forcing and loading up on shots. Facts, Sean.
This is why I say I think Virgil would beat Boots, because I'm thinking of Boots caught up
in a moment.
Fight at his pace, and I don't think had anybody ever, come to him like that. So if he's coming to him and he slow the pace down, I really see Virgil going to the body, which he's known for that body work, and putting him.
You crazy? You think Virgil pace? Virgil pace? Have you seen? Okay, so
Virgil
Gary, have you seen like Gary Antoine pace? And I mean, that was at an amateur level, and he was facing a pace like that. You think Virgil with them short arms gonna have such a pace to, bro? Listen. Don't ask for something that you really don't want. Robert Garcia. Listen. Robert Garcia told his brother, his little brother, don't do that. Don't do that. His little brother didn't listen, and him and his daddy was crying, wondering was they gonna have to stop that shit. Virgil and they daddy went to talking that hot shit about Boots. Robert said, "Say man, say man, this shit need about a good 48 months. Like this boy needs some time before he go in there fucking with that." You okay? You know better than Robert. You know better than Robert. All right. You know better than Virgil and them too, because they signed to fight McKinson, and you steady pushing up a Boots fight. So we gonna see. You know what? At the end of the day, the rubber gonna meet the road. When this shit wash out with Earl or whatever, it's already washing out. This shit washing out. I'm telling you, it's gonna come a time where he can't duck under that golden boy cake that we watching another motherfucker duck under right now. It's gonna come a time.
You know what's so funny about that? And it's just a side note. These guys under De La Hoya are such cowards because De La Hoya was a true can man. If De La Hoya thought he could beat him,
right, AJ.
So it's just so crazy how fighters are nothing like the people that they come up under. Because I'm telling you, man, I'll never understand why Canelo, just a number of guys that's under Golden Boy that they just don't have it like he did. De La Hoya was coming. I mean, De La Hoya had no reason to fight B-Hop, and he still did.
But De La Hoya was built like that, though, fam. Thank you. De La Hoya was built like that, though, fam.
Yeah,
these cats ain't built like that, for real.
Not.
And I mean, you know, no matter what the money, what the money and the coke done did to De La Hoya now is some different shit. But we know De La Hoya is a fighter. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, De La Hoya, the can man.
Right, AJ. Nah, De La Hoya, that's the thing. He not only did he have the skill set, he had the heart to go with it. That was a double positive. A lot of times I talk about negatives. That was a double positive. He had the skill set to compete and the heart as well. The dude just was flat out a real fighter. You make no mistake about it. Inside that ring, Oscar De La Hoya always came to fight, win, lose, or draw. These dudes now, not so much. They just don't have that in them that way, because if they did, they wouldn't allow the promoters and stuff like that to help them navigate around top competition. They just wouldn't allow it. They would put their foot down. They would be asking for these fights instead of allowing their promoters to dictate shit and duck behind them when it's convenient for them. And you can see the fighters that's doing it's kind of easy to see. But respectfully, when it comes to Virgil, a part of me feel like, he would fight Boots. But I don't feel the same way about the team. His team being confident to put him in there. Now,
Virgil's good, but I don't think he's ready for that. I think he needs to fight somebody else before he even think about getting there.
A guy that's training you every day in the gym, and he say you need 48 months for somebody, there's a reason for that. And I'm going to always go back to that. It's a real good reason he said that. And it's like, even more recently, I did a video about a month or so ago about him when he talked about the potential matchup. And this is Robert Garcia. And just listen to what he was saying. Boots is the kind of guy. I know Virgil's the kind of guy that could go down 5 or 6 rounds and, you'll have to kill him. He's just so resilient. He could come back. So you almost admitting that when it pertains to this matchup, you could see him being down 5 or 6 rounds to Boots. But my thing is, you really think after he get him for 5 or 6 rounds, he ain't going to find a way to get him out of there or continue to beat his ass? You asking for him to do some shit that sound crazy. If he get you 5 or 6 rounds, man, you'd be lucky if you see the 12. You just thinking that, he's so relentless. That relentless shit is what's going to get him clipped too at the same time. The same thing that makes him a good fighter, the same thing that makes him dangerous is the same thing I think that's going to get him in trouble ultimately. And look at the way he behaved when he got hurt against Mean Machine. He tried to fight out of it. And that's cool for that level of opponent. Do that against somebody that's really in there with Boots. That's as accurate as that, punching with both hands and changing levels like that, man. You're going to get yourself hurt.
Peep this, bro.
Switch stances.
Peep this. All right, we've seen it play out on so many levels, right? All right, so you've got a guy like Virgil, you know what I'm saying, with what they quote unquote call that Mexican style, right? And he's coming up against a black fighter with what they like to put the quotations around slick style. We know what that means, right? Generally, when the dimensions lie on the brother side, then the Mexican with the high pace, he got to try to get past the jab and an outside attack to get inside and really ply his trade. Generally, what happens? They end up being down 2 to 3 rounds, 3 to 4 rounds, and they look up and they realize 12 minutes gone by in this motherfucker and I ain't really done nothing. And they start getting desperate and they get outside their game plan. You know what I'm saying? The only time we've seen it, you know what I'm saying, really come close to going down is like a Corrales Castillo, or like a like Castillo Mayweather, or like Mayweather and Cotto. You know what I'm saying? You know, but again, when you see the dimensions are changed, when the brother has the smaller dimensions and it's a bigger, aggressive fighter with that style, like we just saw with Villa and Speedy, what happens? The boxing only lasts for so long, but if they don't have no pop, then they kind of get mauled, right? So when you looking at Virgil, when you looking at Boots, is it more probable, right, that Virgil will be able to get inside of his attack and just continue to damage him, or that Boots will sharpshoot his ass continually and continue to give him angles and confuse him and make him at least apprehensive about going off and letting off those shots? That's what Robert's seen. Robert's seen that my guy doesn't box well enough to be able to get his shit off. I want him to be able to box better.
This is what I'm saying.
Exactly.
This is
I agree.
Facts 817.
You can tell me if I'm wrong on this, but when I see that, now I see Virgil, he's not a little guy, so he's big. So he's a big welterweight. On top of that, he's strong. So what I'm saying is, I believe that style is the only style to beat a boxer. Like,
is he bigger? Is he taller than Boots?
I think he's like 5'10" and a half.
No,
I'm just not sure how.
He's not taller than Boots.
He's 5'8".
He doesn't have a longer reach than Boots, and he doesn't have better feet.
But this is what I'm saying. The Mexican style is so weird to some people because it's not for defense, because they look at defense as running. So I'm sitting there with somebody that's strong. Virgil can fight.
So you're saying defense isn't required for him to be Boots, is what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what I got out of that, BBO. Do you understand?
What I'm saying is,
you cutting out a little bit, BBL.
what I'm saying is,
Yeah, you cut. Yeah, you was cutting
His
out.
microphone won't even let him say that shit.
Your joint cutting out on you, bro.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, what I'm saying is just simple as that boy Virgil, man. If he can do some of the stuff that we seen Karen do, getting up under Boots, he got some hits in. He just wasn't there to fight. But what I'm saying is, those same hits that he got on Boots, Virgil would stop Boots with those same power shots as well. If you watch the fight, he got an that's what I mean when I say
Virgil don't move nothing like that, dude, and nobody does because nobody runs. What the fuck? That dude was literally running. I seen that guy turn his shoulders and actually fucking run and turn back and square up and then start moving laterally. Man, stop the cap. Like, stop it. Look, bro, what you trying to convince us of, what I need you to do is to call Virgil or get on his Instagram, get on his Twitter, and make him believe that shit. And Oscar believe that shit so they can sign up and we can see that shit. Tell them to stop ducking contracts. Tell them to stop fighting McKinsons and shit. Tell all them cats that you think that Boots got holes on. You know what I'm saying? Like all them cats, like Sean Porter funky ass on his podcast had something to say about Boots. Tell all them motherfuckers, them the same motherfuckers that turned down the paperwork, including Speedy, the same ones. Tell all them people who see a chink in the armor now, because the Karen, tell them to sign it. Tell them to sign it.
Of his generation,
Stop talking about the money. Stop talking about all the rest of it. Sign that shit.
Realistic, he's not gonna probably get the Boots. I mean, the Boots probably not gonna get the Bud or the Spence fight for any time.
Might get the winner of that one if he step in there.
Yeah.
Earl ain't coming back to 147. Y'all can hang that up.
I think at some point they both gonna move up because they are a little longer in the tooth for this division. They both probably move up. And what I'm saying, the only person who has a chance at all is Virgil. At the end of the day, I don't see nobody else even being able to touch Boots. So don't get me wrong. Maybe because I'm giving you a point that you don't like. I'm not saying Boots is a fighter, but the whole Roy Jones anointing this guy is this and that. What I'm saying is I want to see him with somebody.
To be honest, I don't know if Virgil beats Stanionis because Stanionis look like he got more dog than Virgil to me.
And tell Roy that he a fool too. Because he the one who said the boy looked like him too.
The thing is, at the end of the day, this is a funny thing. We could go back and forth on it. I believe when they get in the ring, that's the only guy that can give him a challenge. Nobody else can.
I'm with you, Sean.
They really can't. It's that.
See, man, Clans was good. TWT, bro.
I think you selling some other cash short. Right. I don't think 147 pounds is thick with contention for Boots outside of Earl and Bud. You know what I'm saying? But I will tell you this: Bud ain't moving up. Bud finna move out. Yep. Bud, he ain't moving up. He finna move out. Earl moving up and ain't coming back down.
They're gonna force Bud to fight Boots, and that's when he's gonna retire.
He gonna hang him up. He finna fight another bullshit fight on BLK.
He probably gonna fight Blair Cobbs.
And he finna get out the way. It ain't gonna be Blair Cobb. It'll probably be AB. He'll sit long enough and turn around and fight AB after AB had his fight. If AB do what they hope he do and show a little something, then they're gonna turn around and have that fight, and he gonna dip. He's not moving.
It's funny you say that 817 because I said that a couple days ago on Just Show on his thing. I said, watch. If AB do better numbers than Bud, that's who Bud's gonna want to fight next.
Nah, fam, I said it when he signed. Nah, I peeped the play when he signed. When AB signed with BLK Prime, I peeped the play.
Right.
Because here's the thing. For me, if I'm blue blood, I never would have signed. If I'm BLK, let me take that out of my mouth. If I'm BLK Prime, okay, if I'm that unit, I never sign Bud because I'm always gonna be attached to not making the biggest fight in boxing. You know what I'm saying? Of this era. So I'm never going to sign him because that's always going to be a black eye on me. And if I was putting on a great fight, if I was putting on a Boots and Bud fight instead of Bud fighting Earl, right? Then maybe I do it, right? Maybe I do it, right? Because I can still sustain. That's a blue eye. It's not a black eye. It's not purple, blue, black. You know what I'm saying? It ain't silly black. You feel what I'm saying? But if I'm gonna put on a fight with motherfucking David Ed Vegan, nah, hell no, I'm not signing you because I'm always gonna be associated with that, and I'm gonna have that bullshit attached to my shit as well. What I would have done is just signed AB outright because AB enough to carry BLK Prime by itself, at least until they fight. At least they're gonna bring some eyes until they fight. So I knew as soon as AB got signed, I knew what, like I had been saying years ago, AB and Bud was a fight I wanted to see years ago, but you know, you never seen him say a word about each other or whatever. And then when he turned around and said that, I was thinking that Adrian Broner was gonna be my big fight or whatever. I knew that was coming.
Hey, Just
my bro, G5, what's good, Fizzle?
What's good, Fizzle?
Pulling up, man.
Hey, Just, I want to ask you a quick question, man, on this, man, because I know you doing. Hey, just let me ask you a quick question, man.
What's good?
So, how would you see? Do you think that Tank and Devin want to meet at 147, or do you see that happening sooner? What do you think on that one?
Said Devin.
Yeah, Devin and Tank. Do you see that happening at 147, or do you think they're gonna try to squeeze it at 135?
I definitely know they ain't gonna do it at 35.
It'll have to be at
47 is a stretch for Tank to even be up there for me. I don't know
see
if
Tank
he'll
going
really be up
welterweight.
there.
What reason
Because he's
they gonna
very small.
fighters going every generation of fighters come in, they move up and move out. So when Spence moves up or Bud retires, it's gonna be wide open. So what I'm wondering is, will we have to wait to 147 to see Tank and Devin get it on? I'm just wondering what you think about that fight.
Nah, it'll be at 140.
Yeah, if it do go down, it'll be at 140.
Tank ain't going to no welterweight for no way, shape, or form.
Tank's finna get out the gate pretty soon. He'll have a couple more big fights, and he gonna be done.
Tank said he wants Devin and Shakur, then he's out.
Possibly 140. That's how
My thing is this though. You see Bill and Calvin goddamn me having words now. You feel what I'm saying? Like the pot is bubbling. The pot is motherfucking bubbling, right? So what's going to happen? We have to really understand that, don't
Stormy B, man. Salute to
don't try to kill that salute,
Sensei.
Stormy B, man. Don't try to kill that side of the street shit. You know what I'm saying? Because that shit still exists. They're gonna have to get outside of that ESPN contract before they fight. I'm just telling y'all, it is what it is. You feel what I'm saying? Just like Boots trying to fight Bud. Everybody said, you know what I'm saying, him being up in the rankings, up at the WBO too. Why go that route? Because that's where the money is. That's who you align with. You know what I'm saying? If you go that WBO route, then you head to the sanctioning body. And I think Jerron getting as much and or more money than he would get just by going that route and taking Bud Belt from him and going through the rigmarole trying to do business with him when you can do business in your own division in the IBF and fuck with your own fighters up under that banner. But at the end of the day, I don't see Dev and Tank fighting until Dev come outside ESPN.
Well, that happened, but what I'm saying, when it comes to the WBO, Boots left that sanctioning body and went with the IBF. The funny thing about it is, I really believe if he would stay with the IBO, which I think stands for whatever Bob ordered, because WAB seemed like Top Rank owns that title.
Well, hold on. We'll check this out for Boots in the WBO, right? Okay, everybody said go the WBO route, right? Well, Porter was able to go the WBO route because he had been a champion before, right? Because when they didn't negotiate in good faith and tried to only pay him $1 million, Porter then went to the table and said, hey, man, I've been a champion. He had at least the fact that he'd been a champion before to where he could say that $1 million just is an offer that they're not negotiating with in good faith. Boots don't have that to stand on. He don't have, to be able to say I'm a champion, to be able to go to get the sanctioning bodies to adjust the purse at that, at that mandatory split.
Right.
You remember that? You remember Floyd took 70-30 to fight De La Hoya?
He had to.
Right.
Yeah. B-side.
But you also have to understand business as well. It's probably publishing and everything else that Floyd still had access to. I mean, we've already seen Bud take his money off the top and not have access to any of those things. So again, it's business too. Along with accomplishments, it's business too. And Jerron signed with Showtime for a reason.
Good point. Facts.
Excellent point.
Yes, sir.
Basically, what I'm saying is this. The thing I'm going to always give Devin Haney credit for, he took a bad deal to get those accolades.
But he had already took a great deal before.
What I'm saying is, at some point, legacy got to beat the money. And what I'm saying is, some of these fighters got to take a chance. I think if Boots said, you know what, to heck with the pay, I'm going to make it up on the back end, like Floyd did, like De La Hoya did. If he's this great, sometimes you got to take the low world off, because nobody wanted to go fight Kell Brook.
What did Earl do? Earl stayed with the long money. Earl and Boots doing the same thing. He's staying with the long money. He's staying with the consistent course. Same type of shit. Without saying it, I'm going to clean up everything over here I got access to. And if it's something over there I need, I'll go get it when I got to go get it. So I don't understand what's not what isn't the smart move about that. I mean, you signed with Showtime. Showtime doing the biggest pay-per-views, so you align yourself with the company properly. You've already been doing the 4 or 5 fights a year thing. You know what I'm saying? Shit, you've made yourself the biggest prospect in boxing. Why in the fuck would you need to step down in order to take that step up when the step up is right there,
Right.
along with the company at which you're gonna make, you know, the better profit in, and you're not gonna go through the bullshit. Look how much bullshit that Earl went through trying to get a fight with Bud, and he worked with the same company. It'd be the same people talking to the same people.
Yeah.
And Earl tried to take zero guarantee just to get Bud in the ring, and he still wouldn't sign.
And again, if you leaning on the mandatory and the percentages, again, sometimes the money don't line up, especially if the company putting on not giving you publishing or any back end or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got to look at the logistics of the company that he fought for, and what's their sustainability? Does it make sense for me to even do that when I'm with such a sustainable business model over here in the first fucking place?
Yeah. And they still blame that man for a fight not happening. It's crazy.
What I'm saying, boxing, man, what we keep getting into is these discussions on the business. What I'm saying is, I've seen fighters over and over throughout time take their career in their own hands and make things happen, make this fight happen. And I'm just saying, we got to get more. We got to blame it on the fighters at this point. The fact that Boots hasn't had a title shot is crazy. He got like what, over 30 fights. He ain't had a title. That's a travesty in itself. He might have just had a letdown from how many contenders do I got to fight? You know,
Devin took that bite of the apple for undisputed.
All the belts.
Not one belt, all 4 belts.
Mm-hmm.
All 4 belts. Not one, all 4. With an opponent that he knew he was going to beat and beat handily.
Yeah.
All 4 belts, bro. Not one, all 4.
I always said that. Yeah.
I'm not saying that you're not making some points, fam. Yeah, at some point, motherfuckers gonna shuck the money for legacy, right? But it's got to be really worth it. Like that established Devin. Devin did something that nobody else has done at his age, right? So yeah, you'll take a bite at the apple for that.
Mm-hmm. It makes sense to take. You could take a little hit in the pockets because
he really didn't take a hit because you got to think he's his own promoter. Basically,
you get what I'm saying. So he got the double back too and beat you up again. Really seal the deal.
Yeah, and again, if in fact he finally gets this third fight in with Loma, right, he'll be in a position to walk away with having won undisputed and beat they darling. I mean, if that's not putting yourself in a position to really, you know what I'm saying, call your own shots later after you was already calling your shots as a young boss over at Daz and trash ass. And we know Daz didn't have the roster for him, but he was winning on the deals and he was still fighting the most quality opposition you could find over there.
Mm-hmm. That's straight like that.
You're making good points, man.
We got a lot of weight to lose and a lot of problems. This shit like Devin do what Devin did. Dev did make that ultimate sacrifice, but it's more work to be done, man. More work to be done.
We got to see if he grown enough for 140 though. That shit, hey, the rubber about to meet the road there too. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And like everybody's saying, Bill doing this and Bill doing that shit. Bill doing a lot of talking too. You know what I'm saying? He's doing a lot of motherfucking capping too.
Devin gonna have to write them checks.
Say, man, your son gonna have to survive them 36 minutes when he do get in there with that nigga. I know his arms a little bit longer. I know he got a little bit better jabs. But that little nigga coming, bro. And somewhere in 36 minutes, he gonna hit him upside his motherfucking head, bro.
Hey, the about it, man. It just seemed like in boxing, man. We always just fights we want to see, and I'm just give Devin credit because that dude really put it all on the line. I can beat you, man. So I'm gonna come to Australia twice. After this crazy thing is, he like putting himself to get down
Yeah, he was willing. AB can't be 140. Just can't say shit. He gonna have to, I think. AJ, or is that fight at 47? I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure what weight he's supposed to be fighting at.
AB and Red Cash.
Yeah.
That's at 140, but Adrian Broner look a little big. It'd probably be at 143 or 144 catch weight. He might change it. Because I don't, looking at him train, it look like he about 160 now, 170.
You know how AB do. You know they
Right.
move the weight when they get closer to it. They see what he can actually fucking make.
That's what I'm saying. As soon as right before the weigh-in, they be like, "Oh, we're gonna change the weight to this."
His ass should have been had a nutritionist playing around, man.
All these fighters should get nutritionists when they start making good money.
Yeah,
but you know, the
Oh,
only person who ever been able to really get anything of substance out of him as far as training wise and AB being in shape was Kevin Cunningham. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
He's so strict.
right. So I mean, because Kevin Cunningham ain't gonna cut no corners with AB. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna pacify him. He ain't gonna cut no corners with him when it comes to the training. So
Gary Hunter too.
right. Well,
Gary Hunter like that too, for sure.
yeah, but that's some other shit. That's some other shit going on. We have to chop it up on that, just. You know what I'm saying? That ain't the same no more. But but yeah, Coach Kev will do his best to have him prepared, man. I'm hoping the best for AB, but I also know it's a reason why he went to BLK Prime. You feel what I'm saying?
Shit, he might have told it. He might have told it when he was talking.
Yeah, he motherfucking told it on himself, and that's what you love about AB, because even when he fucking up, he gonna tell on himself. He honest.
Yeah, he just by default. He honest by default. He gonna say some shit. Don't even realize you keeping it too real right now.
AB know what he doing.
Well, you basically said they let you fight. You know, the easier fights for the bag. That's what it sounds like. Well, I mean, whereas PBC, they're gonna give you this bag. They're gonna want you to earn that shit. That's what it basically sounds like.
Facts.
I want you to earn it.
And we think that,
for one, he ain't duck no smoke anyway. So maybe he could take a stage of his career. Maybe he don't need the toughest fight because he definitely ain't no physical shape for it anyway. But the average person can't say that because they ain't got the type of career AB had in terms of him knowing when he lost, it was somebody that could potentially beat him, and he still fought him. So it was like, fuck it. I hated to see him lose, but I always respected it each time he did because I ain't never seen him lose to a bum fighter. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I always, I ain't go as hard as everybody went on AB, but I also made peace with what it is. He just was a guy that underachieved, but still achieved so much at the same time. So it was crazy.
I don't hold it against AB. I blame
Me neither. It's all good. I went to see him fight first to fight at 47 when he fought Paulie. I was in the Barclays for that. Enjoyed watching that shit.
I took your belt and your girl.
That shit was fun. Watching that shit. But you just,
side piece.
Just is what it is with him. Like I don't hate him because I don't think he a sucker, but he just ain't. He ain't what. He left a lot on the table. But he still accomplished a lot. So I'm just more so glad to see he at least get an opportunity, and hopefully he take it serious, man.
I kind of wish Bronner would have got justice for that Maidana fight because everybody and their mama knows Maidana messed him up.
Them dumbass gloves, bro.
Yeah.
Them dumbass gloves.
Tried to pull it on Floyd. Floyd wasn't having it. He said, ain't no padding in here.
I've just never seen his face look like that. And I know he took several shots in that fight. I know he was taking a beating in that fight, but I was just like,
he was given one too, though. Remember that?
Yeah, he
Maidana said he ain't never been hit hard as he was by Bronner.
Yeah, he said that. And I remember I told y'all, I know y'all probably remember, I think it was at the end of the 10th when Bronner caught him with that hook. He was walking over to the corner trying to clear the cobwebs. He was hurt. He was hurt a little bit. Yeah, Bronner, for him to be that hurt, get dropped twice, and I think they said his jaw was fractured or something in that fight. he fought hard as hell. He tried, man. He damn sure ain't no hoe, man. That showed me something, because a lot of people would have got stopped. Straight up and down, they would have fucking got stopped.
Just we knew from that first knockdown, the look in AB's eyes,
Yeah,
something
for
wasn't right
real.
with
He
him.
knew it was
He was
different.
like,
He
"What
said,
the
"Oh,
fuck?
what was that?" He said, "What that man just
But
hit
to
me
his,
with a brick?" He
but
said,
like y'all said, to his credit, he got up, he continued to fight, and
Right.
damn
"Man,
near
that's my guy, boy. You couldn't tell me that wasn't my brother losing that day,
facts.
man. You want to talk about mad, boy?
Man,
I was
but I
mad.
knew the fuckery was coming though. Listen, I knew the fuckery was coming when they said where he was fighting. When they said the fight was in San Antonio, I turned to my lady. I say, "Oh no, they sent him to Mexicanville." Right after he said all of that, they sent him to Mexicanville. He is going to lose. I hope he don't, but he gonna lose. And then when they did the face off and the weigh in and shit. AB was looking little, bro. He was looking little compared to Maydon. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
shit. He done bit off a little bit too much that he could chew. You know what I'm saying?
he did it, and
Real
nobody
shit.
told him to chill. Nah, this fight don't make sense. And I
Fact.
always said, bro, you don't go from Paulie, which would be no disrespect to him, but you don't go to a dude that's considered feather fisted to a dude with bricks, man. Like you just don't like the man. You already wasn't really a 47-pounder, and the truth be told, you only went up there more than likely, maybe chasing a bag, bravado, and I think lack of discipline kept you out of
I thought he did it
135
for a
longer
belt.
than you could have been. No,
Nigga,
you could have
sneak
been
up
there
there, get
longer.
that belt. Say you want a belt at 147, because you know you match up at 140. At that point, right? It was matchup, right? Paulie didn't have no business having no belt up there, so you go up there, you sneak that belt from Paulie, and you shoot back down to 140, and you do your thing and you dominate. Now, AB, the money was coming too fast. He ain't had the discipline. He ain't had no. You know what I'm saying? He ain't had no Calvin Ford. You know what I'm saying? Mike Stafford, them, they went on that type of thing, bro.
They was just getting money off of them.
Thank you. That's why, man, I ain't put all that business out in the street, but
Right.
But you know, at the end of the day, you see, like we was talking about, the father trainer dynamic or whatever. You know what I'm saying? How that shit go down, and Coach Calvin like Tank father. You know what I'm saying? They basically got a father son relationship. So you know, again, it's good and it's bad. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on the individuals and how they play it, bro.
Yeah.
Facts. Wasn't it Calvin Ford's son that died that found Tank and brought Tank to Calvin? Yeah. I heard about that. I just didn't know if it was true, so I figured I'd ask 817 because
it's part of that. It's part of his story. He died. He died, and that him and Tank was fighting together and shit, and amateurs and shit.
And his dad, and he told his dad, like, "Hey, look at this dude."
Telling you, these boxers be having these backstories that be worth telling when it's all said and done. Make their ass dope, make their ass more interesting. Shit is crazy, man. People be one false move away from not being here, and to see that he managed to avoid those early pitfalls and get to this level, man. I just truly hope that dude know what's in front of him and what his potential is, and hope we see the dude fulfill his potential. And that go for all these young fighters in boxing. I want to see all of them win. You know what I'm saying? They all got the skill and talent, man. It's just you got the discipline to stay the course, man. Live the right lifestyle, the clean lifestyle. Stay out of that unnecessary shit.
Now that's what I can say about Virgil. You know what I'm saying? Kid, you know, Virgil worked hard, bro. Virgil worked hard. And again, I want to see Virgil successful. I'd love to see him and Boots fight. Don't get me wrong. I'd love to see him fight, but I'd like to see them both fight when the fight needs to happen. You know what I'm saying? I don't think the fight really needs to happen right now, because there should be more on the line for those young men. You know what I'm saying? If there's more on the line for those young men when they fight, I feel like they'll prepare differently as well.
That ain't been built
with
up.
That.
When we was young, fight all the time want to come up. Now you saying you want them to wait till they fighting for belt? Man, they need to fight now.
I'm not saying it has to be for a belt, but as you were saying, right? Let's be realistic. Like you was just saying, the landscape of 147 is changing. correct?
Right.
And you was saying there is only probably one fighter in your estimation, BVO, that gives him a chance. So if they fight now, and let's say Boots demolishes him now, then what is your outlook for the division moving forward?
The thing is, you just never know.
And what does that do to Virgil as well? At least let it be some shit on the line so Virgil can be motivated. Like, I had some shit, I lost it, and I can come back and get it. If he get demolished by this cat now, it may ruin him. Hence the reason why Garcia said 48 months. Maybe it just wasn't so much his talent, but maybe so he looking at the landscape as well and knowing Virgil can accomplish some shit, and then they can fight when he be at his best.
More on the line.
Honestly,
too, like
the
you
only
said.
way I see Virgil and Boots fighting is if it's for a vacant belt that Earl vacates when he moves up.
And you know the funny thing, when y'all was talking about Paulie Malignaggi, to me, he's like a poor man's Devin Haney. So it's kind of a pillow fist. I wonder, is Devin pillow fist?
I don't know. Paulie's boxing skills wasn't nowhere near Haney's, in my opinion.
Facts.
Nowhere near.
Nowhere
All Paulie had was a quick jab. That's it. Devin got more. He just chooses not to use it.
And the jab wasn't even sharp. Devin has sharp power. Have you ever seen anybody just run up in there on Devin? I'll wait.
You know what I'm saying? He got twice as many knockouts as well. Definitely so. Nah,
and the boy 24, he 24. I mean, his power ain't something you just run into and just all of a sudden crazily acquire. But shit, he got enough to keep a motherfucker at distance, keep a motherfucker at bay.
Kind of like
obviously, and you know what I think was interesting too, 817. Speaking of power, we already felt like he shrinking himself down to make that 35 weight division anyway, to make lightweight. And for him to be looking the way he looked on them scales with his face all skinny and shit like that,
like something from ET.
Very interesting how Kambosos said from fight 1 to fight 2, he felt like his power increased. It's very telling, man. So I'm telling you, I think the boy punched a little hard. I think pillow fists come up when you want to take a shot at him, because it's not, you can't really see what you're gonna say. He can't fight because you'll be fucking lie. You'll be a fucking lie. So you gotta find something, and that's the something right there. You know what? Pillow fisted. You don't hit that hard, but I always say this, and this is no defense of him. It's just that's a false narrative to me, and it's like this shit ain't called knockouts. It's called boxing. And can he box? It's called hit and not get hit, right? Do we do that very well? I think he do. So I just shoot that down, man. I hate that narrative, man. He did beat. I don't think it's just gonna be because of some power. It's gonna be more than just that factor. But when you talking about 40, maybe it get a little different. But as far as the people he faced, man, I don't think he had to have no devastating punching power to beat none of these dudes, as we could obviously see. Kano, salute, bro. Appreciate you.
Kano.
Salute, Kano. Hey, he was trying to make it a point to Kambosos too. Like, I hit you with some shit. Because the first fight, he knew he could float off his jab and his 1-2. He could work him outside and just keep him at bay. The second fight, he wanted to he wanted to put a stamp on it. I'm beating your ass. You feel what I'm saying? So so for Kambosos to say that, shit, Devin was trying to put an emphasis upside his motherfucking head and let him know, say, bro, it just ain't the boxing skills either. Like, I will hurt your motherfucking ass.
But is it true Haney's really gonna fight Loma in May, knowing he's about to do Ramadan? Because if so, they finna screw Haney.
Well, that's what the play was all the time for Loma and them. That's why they was buying time from the JUMP. He got in there. He looked like shit against Ortiz, right? Ortiz gave away the fight at the end. He didn't believe in himself and let Loma get started and find a way out of there. He fucked around. He seen what Devin did, bro. They knew to stretch him out to Ramadan. That's been the play the whole time.
And Devin's really gonna do it. He gonna end up losing if he do that.
Dev gonna do it because what? Because he Dev. Because he been raised like that. He been bred like that, and he gonna make the sacrifices, and he gonna fucking do it, bro. He is, and it might be his downfall.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
That's the one thing. That's the one thing about Bill's bravado that I'll be like, it's some WWE shit, bro. Because I feel like he might put his son in a situation where it may not be beneficial for him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we know that motherfuckers rehydrate, and they're rehydrated well enough to be, you know, healthy in there when he put hands on Kambosos. Who's to say that he can't do it again when he fights Loma? Right?
Because I remember they saying he had Ramadan close to around May. I don't know when he had it exactly, but
if they smart, they set it up for right before Ramadan begins. But it's in March this year.
Oh, okay. I didn't know when they
right. I don't know either.
He about to lose, man. If he fight him during Ramadan,
see, you can't say that though. You know, you'll say that, and then he'll go down and whoop his ass.
It's just it's too much of a risk. I thought him fighting Kambosos in the conditions was a risk, but this is even worse.
But Loma ain't the same fighter at 35 that he was at 30 and 26, guys.
True.
And I think that little trying to stall him out shit about to backfire, man. He goofy as hell. That shit about to backfire. They're about to put hands on Loma's ass. They're gonna be sick. And I can't wait to see it. I ain't lying to you, man. Like, as far as the tank and all of that shit, they gonna get to it when they get to it. But man, I ain't lying to you when I say I'm ready to see him get hands put on him. And I don't dislike him in no way, shape, or form. I'm just ready for that fight to take place because it need to. And Dev said out his mouth, he feel like that'll get him the respect that he deserve. Y'all could try to pull that. He old shit. Nah, that's Mr. Pound for Pound. Remember,
right?
You ain't going that one is not going to try to use that he old and explain why he on the pound for pound.
Shit, you can't blame nobody but that motherfucker. Hey, you can't blame nobody but that motherfucker for them fighting when he old. Why? Because the bitch ass motherfucker dropped his motherfucking best to avoid Dev in the first place.
That man. No, you could have fought that man.
If Dev was so wet behind the ears, he lended validity to it. Instead of going and mopping his ass up, he dropped his belt and ran out.
Saying this, he went and fought the guy that he felt like was more beatable. People could try to say because it was a unification, this and that. Fuck that. He went and fought the guy that he thought was more beatable out of the two. I know damn well he did. I'm telling you, the people. Everybody notice, everybody outside of a Tank Davis show, any other fighter that's talking that he can't sell shit, that's the excuse they trying to use because they say that 100 times before they ever say, I'll fight him. Straight like that. I hate that narrative too because it's like I really want to support all these dudes and I ain't favoring no one fighter to the point where I'm going to shit on the other one, man. That's what they be trying to do when it comes to Dev because you won't fight them. Nobody want to hear that shit about no money.
Even Tank. He had all his fights in Mexico, and don't nobody even know him. And all of this shit.
The email champion, I was on Tank ass for that because I'm just not agreeing. He got given his belt. Well, what about the rest of them belts? Because ain't nobody give him them too. Get what I'm saying? He earned it. Like, just give him his credit. And I always reduce that shit to shit talking because that's the only thing you really could say about him. He's winning. He's successful. I was saying this before. I had tried to kill the only verses I want to see when it comes to Tank and Dev is when they in the ring. And what I mean by that, all that other stuff that take place between them, I'm not really as interested in it. You get what I'm saying?
Fuck the
Who's more the man than the other one?
Right. Fuck all that. He fought in Mexico. Fuck what happened in the foreign.
Because now we helping other narratives grow legs. Now we helping people find ways to shit on him and poke at his career when at the end of the day, and I said this before, if Tank said, because I make money, I put asses in seats. You know what I'm saying? You've been bred not to give a fuck about belts, or that's just the way you feel. And you say you the man because people come to see you get knockouts. You're undefeated. I would say you goddamn right. If Dev Haney said, you know what? I don't give a damn about who come to see me. I know when I sign on that contract, I'm paid like a motherfucker. I'm undefeated and I'm undisputed. I'm the man. I'm going to tell him he goddamn right. That's where I'm at with it. Like, so the only purpose I'm interested in is the actual verses when they're fighting each other, and the rest of this shit I'm gonna treat it like it's the entertainment that it is, and I'm never gonna make it sound like it's personal with me. It's just entertainment. Those two dudes I want to see fight for obvious reasons because I know it's gonna fucking deliver. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I always say, man, they try to make us pick like we can't support all of these fighters, and that's where I draw the line, man. All these dudes be kings. They all a man in their own right. And when they get in the ring, they're going to be able to prove who's the ultimate competitor. You know what I mean? In terms of competition. And that's what they're here for. They all at the top of their profession. They all winning in life. So I don't pit one against the other unless it's really in the ring. You know what I'm saying? The other stuff is just entertainment. I just had to say that because they like to make us feel like we gotta pick. We ain't gotta pick shit. We can rock with all these fighters at the end of the day, despite who we think could beat the other one. I'm always
see,
push
But just
but
it's
see, here's the problem with that, Just. When
about
you
it.
go to make points or whatnot, to you know what I'm saying, to expound on what you're saying, when you
RP
go to make
salute,
points
man.
or when you say such and such fighter gonna what's the name, you know the human condition is to feel like, oh man, you choosing to say it, you know what I'm saying? And in a way, in a way you're saying, hey man, I just see it this way. Now when it happens, you know, when the fight
Right,
happens, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But you know what
right,
I'm saying?
right.
That's the
Crush.
beautiful part in it. It's just a motherfucker
Mhm.
taking that and being able to stomach that and being able to move forward. You did just like I
Right,
said. It's
right.
just like I said, fam think that Virgil will beat Boots right now.
Mm-hmm.
I said I think it's cap, but you
Right,
know what I'm
Sean.
saying? Go ahead. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and
Mm-hmm.
get some and we'll see. Ain't nothing wrong
Dub.
with me and BVO having those,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying,
Yeah,
differences in point of
different
view.
stance. Facts.
Right.
Hey,
Y'all ain't picking a side. Y'all picking a winner. And I'm stealing that from Ash every time it makes sense to say. And that's really what y'all
What's
doing. Because
good,
I
Dub?
feel
Just
like
just
y'all
that.
supporters of the sport, not just the fighter. So in being one of those peak supporters that way, y'all don't pick sides. You picking the guy that you think gonna win. And that's what these the I guess the old media type of train of thought try to get us to do. Pick sides when we picking these fighters, man. This shit is competition and it's supposed to be entertainment and fun, especially for us to sit here and chop it up about who we think could beat who ass, man. That shit is supposed to be fun. That shit ain't supposed to be like war amongst each other. It's supposed to be conversation and entertainment, man, and a build at the end of the day. Man, that's what they try to make us do. Pick. You gotta pick.
but
I ain't, man, nah.
I feel
We pick the winners, not sides.
I
Big
feel
shot could have done. Yeah, man, my bad, y'all. Fate salute, man. So I did wanted to get into this because this was supposed to be the post fight. I did wanted to get y'all thoughts, man. We could start at the top. It don't even matter where we start. Big shot, man, because I for one, I thought dude fought his ass off. I do. I just think he could have did more. I think he's smart fight, but he was a little bit too safe, too conservative last night, and I think it cost him a decision. I don't think you hang your head on
It looked
that.
like a jabbing contest.
You get what I'm saying? I think that's why I put that picture in the thumbnail, because although that's one of the most important punches, that can't be the only punch you land in with consistency. You have to put something behind that. And he did in spots, and he didn't throw enough. You didn't empty the tank how you should have, and you should have left it all in the ring. I think you would have appreciated your performance. You know what I mean? Waking up today and seeing it. You know what I'm saying? He ain't leave it all in the ring. And he
Nah, he left too much on the
played,
table and he let
played it
FA
a
work too much.
bit too conservative. I know FA got some real punching power. I get it. But man, I think you got some solid punching power of your own. And man, I don't know. I feel like that's a fight he really could have won. He really left a lot to be desired, man. I was like, yo, this dude don't make a lot of mistakes, but he being too careful. And you can't win like that. Your output, you gotta have more of an output than that, man. You just have to, especially with FA. And no disrespect to him. You get what I'm saying? I know you had good. He don't have the highest output either. Should have took some pages out of Frank Sanchez's playbook, man. Because I liked his approach to that fight. He wasn't playing with FA and he was being first. And I'm like, I was impressed with Big Shot speed. Like,
You know, okay, so
Yeah.
you know
hand speed. You
what
get
was the
what I'm
difference
saying?
then, Just? What was the
Man, I
difference
seen
in
that
Frank
hand speed.
Sanchez? What was the difference in Sanchez approach, and what was the difference in Big Shaw, Big Shot Shaw approach?
Confidence maybe, or a willingness to take chances. I seen
Okay,
Sanchez fought like a boss a little more to me in that ring, a lot more. Big
Sanchez
Shot
trusted his
waited.
speed.
He
He
was
trusted
waiting.
his speed and his ability. And
Yes, yeah. Big
FA surprised Shaw with his jab and his speed, right?
right,
He thought
right,
he was gonna be more plotting, and he thought he was gonna be able to
right,
stand and pose
Right.
and get off what he wanted to. And FA was more
right.
active with the jab and more consistent with it and
Mm-hmm.
sharp with it. And Steph was scared. He was scared. He didn't have that same confidence as Sanchez had. He didn't
Just,
trust his speed because
I
FA
think
was
he got
moving
hit
different.
with something, bro, and it made him kind of keep his hands in his pockets even more. I'm like, bro, you just had to trust in what got you there, and You fighting the way you was fighting with such limited output. You can't tell me that you was fully trusting in yourself that night. Last night, I seen it. I'm like, bro, you very reactive when you need to be. You just not active. You're reacting, but you're not active. And
That
for
right
you to
hand,
have hands
goddamn
that
it.
fast, why wasn't you being first? You was waiting for him and waiting and waiting. I'm like,
That
no,
right
man.
hand, nigga.
I was waiting for Shaw to throw them combinations together.
Me too. Look, man, yo. He got
That
some
right
surprisingly
hand,
fast
nigga.
hands, man. That
That
shit is
right
impressive,
hand.
the hands. I'm like, bro, he ain't letting them go.
I think
I'm like,
FA's
yo,
reach
you
was
could be.
bothering him too, because he do got the same reach as a Tyson Fury, that 85-inch long reach.
Yeah. That
And
reach
I
I
don't
did
think he
that.
could see
Yeah.
getting around that jab, bro. FA jab was effective and he was stepping with it. And again,
Yeah.
it was like FA made a circle in the middle of the ring, right? And it's like he rotated around that circle, chasing him, stepping with that jab
Facts,
the
dog.
entire night. And that right hand was a threat. And Shaw never got the confidence
Right.
to really sit down on this shit like Sanchez did. By the 10th round, now if he'd have fought 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 like he fought the 10th round, we
Right.
might have had some. You know what I'm saying? I had it 3-3 at 6 rounds. I had it 3-3.
Me too.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
he got the fight to where he wanted it to, I believe, but I believe he never got the confidence to step on the gas. And in the 10th, it was just like, fuck it, I got to try to put down something to try to steal this round because I think the fight is close. And if I steal this round, I win. I'm thinking that's where Shaw was, bro.
Yeah, man, I'm with you. I'm just like, damn, man, like the sense of urgency is what was burning me. I'm like, where is it at? Like, why are you so comfortable fighting every round this way and not being active? You letting this dude outwork you, and it's kind of easy to see who edging these rounds, some of them, because you just simply ain't offering enough.
It
And
looked like Shaw was fighting not to get knocked out. That's what it looked
that
like.
Thank
too,
you.
he was in his
I was
head.
just finna say
It looked like
that.
he got hit with a
was in his
big shot.
head,
And he was
bro.
like, "Oh no, I gotta stay away."
If
He
I keep this
overthought it.
shit, hey, look, if I keep this shit at this pace, I won't get knocked out. If I turn this shit up, he might hit me with that motherfucker.
Because he was feeling that jab. I know he was feeling it.
You know, it's funny, man. When you watch FA, you see a lot of comparisons with DeAndre Water. But
FA footwork improved tremendously, man. He do look a bit more improved as a fighter. His confidence is where it need to be, and that was a big factor last night. Like A17 said, he trusted in his abilities. Big Shot was overthinking. You get what I'm saying? He overthought it last night. You could see it. Hands in your pockets. He was responding, but he wasn't pulling the trigger. And I'm like, he got him thinking, but he got him thinking too much, and that's not a good thing. Get what I'm
FA
saying?
was in shape too. FA was in the best shape I've seen him in. He didn't have much body fat. He didn't look girthy. Before he looked girthy and slow. He looked. He was in great shape, bro. He was in great shape, and his feet moved. You know what I mean? It wasn't when he was stepping with a jab. It wasn't like he was picking up the whole bottom part of his fucking leg and just stepping down with his foot. No, he was using his toes. He was stepping forward. It was snap on that jab. Yeah, FA looked good, man.
And Shaw wasn't going to the body like OG Yoda just said. He wasn't doing no body work at all.
Right, Crush. No body work whatsoever, bro. And it's
he was scared to get up under them arms to get to that body.
He was worried about what was coming back, and it's like he was okay with losing on points, but he wasn't okay with taking the chances and possibly getting knocked out. And I think you're a heavyweight, bro. You can't be that reluctant. You can't be timid. And I don't hate to use that word, but he was gun shy in there. And it's like something must have caught you and got your attention in a way that you didn't like it, because you just wasn't willing to go outside yourself to really like, man, I gotta go get this dude. And you gotta go get him. You spent too much time moving and you wasn't standing your ground. And I think he said that in his Instagram post. So I think he can get better from this, because it already sounds like he understands why he lost, and he's trying to make less excuse and more accountability. Like, remember what we saying, watching this, feeling like he gonna be mad tomorrow when you realize, yo, this is what I did when I could have did this. You get what I'm saying? I went out here and didn't throw, and he wasn't being first with hands that fast. It was just disappointing seeing that you was allowing him to be first and second at times. Like, damn, bro.
So
You gotta be
essentially,
first.
what have we seen in the last 2 fight cards, fellas? We've seen young fighters, right? Applying they trade, going through the motions, going through what they need to go through to become better boxers. We saw Johnny Rice come in a little bit better shape, right? But his defense carried him on long enough in the fight he was losing in for him to land a significant punch, right, in the win. So he's got a lot to learn from. He can be in better shape and be more active. Big Shot. He can be more active and trust in his shit. Be stronger. Move his lower body more. Maybe, you know what I'm saying. Maybe use his knees more. Things of that nature. We seen Boots. You know what I'm saying. He can learn patience from this. Even though he won every round, you're going to need to be patient at times to win fights. You know what I'm saying. Sometimes your ability and your talent just.
And he showed zero, by the way. 817 zero patience in that fight.
Thank you. Again,
he was in a rush all night.
All night.
I've never seen Boots in a rush like that. I was like, bro, you the moment got away from me. I'm sticking to that.
Thank you. His daddy even touched on it. Now he pulling up in the Lamb and shit to do press conferences.
Man, hold on, bro. Cause see now I knew I had somebody up there.
He needed that shit, fam. He pulling up to a Lambo and conference. And his daddy noticed it too.
He getting a tank treatment.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Co-main. That's when everybody filling out. If it's 2 fights that people gonna see, if they gonna miss everything else, they gonna see that fucking co-main, especially with a guy like Boots in the main event. He had the biggest crowd in front of him, and he was playing to the crowd instead of listening to his dad.
They did a record
knockout instead of listening to his dad.
They did a record gate in DC,
but didn't do it enough.
Record gate in DC. He was part of that. Don't think that everybody just turned out just to see Tank. When everybody heard who was on that motherfucking card, when they heard Boo Boo Nim was on that card too, bro, and say that's another thing, right? Okay, listen. Real quick point. That's another thing when it goes to taking that WBO route and just taking the mandatory. Nigga, I was just part of a card that broke a $5 million gate. Not to mention what they did on pay-per-views. Am I gonna take a loss and go just take that WBO belt, or I'm gonna stay up under my umbrella, make money, and catch these belts that Earl dropped?
Facts.
Talk to me. Talk to me, man. You know what I'm saying? Talk to me.
The best job he could, because that jab might have been hurting you, man. And
if he'd have used his knees, though, fam, he could have slept FA.
Yeah, I don't think that's the best he could have did, though.
What y'all see Sanchez do? Sanchez crouched down and he gave him angles and he hit him with hooks over the top and got up under that motherfucking jab. Shaw never did. Shaw used nothing but upper body movement, and he just tried to move his head. And FA was effective enough keeping that jab moving, changing levels with it. He didn't go to the body a lot either, but he attacked his chest and his face area with it. And Shaw never used his legs in the right way. He never bent. He only moved.
And he only did. Oh man, you just hit on it. He only used them to move away from that power. He never used his legs in no other way, really. And that's where he went wrong. You get what I'm saying? Now, I would love to see what happened, man. People like Andre Ward, man, where I know he was a 101. Some dudes know how to smother power, and you got dudes that know how to get away from it. But everybody can't. How long could you do that? It's a matter of time before dude with a 85-inch reach. You get what I'm saying? He need the extension on his punches anyway, and you helping him by running from the power. Smother that shit. Do something different. Use a different tactic. He wasn't willing to do that. You only used your legs to get away. And
even dip down, man. Even dip down and put your head on his chest and go to the body. You know what I'm saying? Like break the rhythm of his jab. If you can't break the rhythm of his jab by weaving it and countering, you feel me? Because that's what Shaw tried to do all the night. I'm weaving, I'm a counter shit because he's gonna be so slow. No, the jab was so effective. So break the effectiveness of it. Tie his ass up. Put your head on his chest. Get up in that jab. Put your head on his chest. Go to his body.
Timing, bro.
Fuck yeah.
He did an occasional stab to the body. That's about it.
You're not making the fight as difficult as what you think you are by moving from him. You really not. That dude long as hell. He can go get you. And he was switched on and he looked like an improved fighter since his loss. salute to F.A. AJAGBA, another fighter since coming off a loss where he looked bad, been looking like he improved. I gotta tip my hat, man, and I think Big Shot could come back from it. He
he's
left
gonna come
so much
back
meat
better
on that bone last night, y'all. So
And it's
much.
again who he lose to too, fam. Who he lose to too. You know what I'm saying? And how he lost, right? Again, losing to Frank Sanchez ain't nothing bad you can say about that. He lost to Sanchez. He lost to a decent fighter. So again, that can make you as a man go reevaluate your shit in the mirror and then go back to work. You feel what I'm saying? That's why it's not. That's why these losses. That's why it's not so bad for a man to take a loss if it's some context to it and who he fought.
And
What's
this
up
is
with it,
one
Crush?
that you could learn
good,
from.
OGO.
It was like a chess match at the heavyweight level, and I think you got outpointed. You didn't get thoroughly out. You didn't get your ass whooped. None of that. You go make them necessary adjustments, man. But you watch that tape, and I already said it. I think he understands one area where he went wrong, not standing your ground and moving too much. Yes, you did too much of that last night. You wasn't willing to take a shot to get one off, and that. What was the difference? He was hitting you anyway. He was hitting you anyway. Switch tactics, that moving shit. He was coming to get you last night. Nah, it's change tactics. Do something different. Change it up, man. Force him to have to do something else than what he doing.
And he was doing the same old thing too because he ain't giving nothing to make him switch up, bro.
You ain't lying.
And I'm like, yo, what are you doing? And I'm not taking that away from FA, but this, we talking boxing science right now. And I'm saying watching a fight, and I'm like, bro, your hands is just as fast as his, bro. And when he was throwing his shit, he was making FA step back. So once FA realized, yo, this boy can bring it, but he don't want to bring it to me. That's when he kept on walking this dude down. I said, yo, what the fuck are you doing? He follow you around, bro, because you don't want to get that. You don't want to give it to him, bro. Know what I mean? No body work, none of that shit. No, not enough bending the knees. His legs is too close together too. Now, I mean, his legs is too close together. Boy, you needed that stance to be a little further apart. But if FA would have picked up on that dog, he would. If I would have picked up one, I would have went for the kill the way that his legs were. Then I'm looking at the feet. I'm like, bro, you fitting to get knocked out. This man pay attention to where your feet is at, bro. His feet is even out of position, man. His feet is even out of position. I'm like, yo, like, come on, bro. Like,
to the punch, man.
What's going on with you, man? What's going on with you? We didn't see those combinations like he normally throw. And
then he did it in spots. I'm like, yo, look at his am I tripping?
You know when he did it? He did it when he thought FA was tired.
Fast, man.
Yep.
Damn, he got some fast hands, yo. Like, he remind me, not Andy Ruiz, but I think of, like, when I'm starting to think of fastest hands at heavyweight, he gonna come to mind after what I seen in flashes. I'm like, yo, what? Where are your confidence at, bro? If you put them shits together, you gonna be successful. He just wasn't willing to take the chance.
He wasn't confident. He
did not want to get hit, bro.
No, and then he fucked around and he stood flat. He stood parallel on the ropes and let FA pick some shots.
Caught. I'm like, bro.
Wasn't moving
enough, bro. In every round.
And so he was letting him work. He was working him with the jab, and then when your back caught the ropes, he was letting him work too. The entire night, Shaw was in a defensive posture. The only time he threw a few combinations is when he felt like FA was tired or whatever.
Right, Jay.
You know what I'm saying? And then,
he didn't put it all on the line. He did not.
And he admired his work too fucking much. He admired his work too much.
Because he got excellent awareness in the ring and where he at. Like, I was like, yo, I'm impressed with the way he handling himself. But it's not enough offense with what he doing.
He was kind of looking like Karen a little bit.
You get what I'm saying? You belong in there, bro. But just show us, like, be offensive. You can't be a heavyweight and not be willing to throw, man. You gonna get hit. You're heavyweights. It's a fight, man. You was getting hit anyway. I just wanted to see him change tactics from that moving shit. That was obviously not putting you in the best position to win. That's all I'm saying. Make the adjustment.
Jay Grant Jr. just said it. He just said it in the chat, and I'm gonna amplify it, and I'm gonna amplify what DANTE say all the time, right? It's easy to put it all on the line when shit is in your favor. You feel me? But when it's not in your favor, for you to put it all on the line, it's few and far between who will. right?
Right.
You gotta make a conscious motherfucking decision when you in
Right.
a situation. This is why we love boxing, fellas, right? Because amongst ourselves in life, people can bullshit or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But you'll never have to see them in a pressure situation unless you close. You dig what I'm saying? A motherfucker can tell you what they did, but you'll never really know. But in that ring, it's all exposed, fam. And you can see it. Okay, Big Shaw, big shot. You got an opportunity here, but you're gonna have to go get it. He didn't
Gotta
want to
go
go
get
get it,
him.
y'all. He did
Gotta
not
go
want
get
to
him.
go get it.
How was he not willing to go get this man? This is a big man. You gotta go get him. It's the heavyweight division. This is your big shot. Big shot.
He didn't want to go.
This shot right here, man. I really was pulling for you the whole night. I wanted to see you turn it around and fight this man, and you just was not willing to do it. I'm like, yo, that moving. Not at the heavyweight division, not with no punches behind it. Unless you punching like Wilder, bro, all that moving is gonna get you beat up. And that's exactly what happened. You got outpointed. That's not a fight you couldn't win. Nobody could tell me. I could look at that shit 10 times over and seen some things you could have did over and over again that helped you win that fight. I ain't no trainer and no coach, but I know damn well you ain't put yourself in the best position by moving that much and not being willing to stand your ground and go get that dude. I just didn't understand it. You wasn't being first. You was allowing this dude to be first, second, and sometimes last too. I'm like, nah, that's not it, man. You got to go get yours, man, and you ain't go get it. You allowed him to get you. You didn't go get it.
The moment got away from him.
Too conservative, man. You can't fight like that. Now there's no heavyweight, bro. Now there's no heavyweight.
Bright lights, bro. Hey, man, these bright lights and these situations. Say, man, a lot of these fighters been saying they've been asking for different shit and they ready to step up and they're ready to do certain things. Well, shit, you know, when the lights come on, hey, man, you know what I'm saying? We seeing what's happening. And what it is, it just tells us that boxing is a science and it's something that you have to continue to work on to perfect your motherfucking craft. Bud Crawford even himself was on a miraculous run. Got in there with green beans, right? That was his camera. Got in there with green beans and his knee touched the motherfucking canvas, right? And what did he got? After he got done, just because y'all didn't know him didn't mean that he was a tough fighter. Yeah, we give him some shit about that. You know what I'm saying? We give him some shit about that. But it's just all evident that this is a science, bro, and a sport to where you're never completely done. That's why we love Floyd so much. And Floyd understood that. That's why his ass was constantly in that motherfucking gym because he knew at any point I could slip up and a motherfucker could take this from me. So this is a great learning lesson for all these young cats, bro. I'm glad to see them, even Speedy. You know what I'm saying? I made my jokes because I felt like Villa was gonna do what he did, and he did, right? But I felt like it was something that Speedy needed to learn. It was something that he was gonna run into anyway, being a 30-year-old motherfucking prospect. You feel what I'm saying? Like it's certain shit that's gonna happen. But again, salute to all these cats, and I hope even Speedy, I hope they recover and learn from it and understand just what I said. You're never done. You're never there. There's always more, and to stay humble and to stay working.
Facts. And the minute you let up, somebody gonna catch you and then lap you.
Yeah, bro, you looking at boots and shit, thinking you done made it and shit, and get punched on by this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And one could argue that you spent more time for a second arguing with Boots at that presser than focusing on your man, and you kind of took your eye off the ball just a bit, and you know, I still believe they took it from him still.
Say it again, 817.
All players fuck up. Cause look, Boots fucked up, but see, that'd be like your mama. You know what I'm saying? Your mama telling you shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm responsible for you. What the other motherfucker do is what he do. You dig what I'm saying? Your partner might fuck up in class. He might not get his ass whooped. They just might take his game from him. But me, I'm gonna get my ass whooped. The game took, and I ain't going nowhere. You feel what I'm saying? Sometimes
no phone privileges.
Fact. Sometimes you just gotta focus on your own shit, man. And these young cats gonna learn that on their way moving up the ladder. Everything happened like it's supposed to for a motherfucking reason.
Right, Ash. Yeah.
stole that, and now I don't know if y'all had caught that too. After this fight, it was I think this was Via's promoter, somebody from his team speaking on the Boxing Voice saying they had about I think 6-week camp for Speedy, and they was saying Boots could be next, saying they have about 13-14 week training camp or something for Boots, so they'd definitely be ready for that. But I don't know how for sure it is, but that's how he was talking. So they were saying Boots and putting a
You know they
time
was gonna
frame
try
on
to
the amount of
parlay that.
time they're having camp. So I'm like, man, that's a fight I wouldn't mind seeing for Boots either. I really would.
It'd be a
You
good
know what?
fight.
I hope they do make it. I hope they do make it. I
Mm-hmm.
hope they do. I hope they
Mm-hmm.
do. Let it. He can have a 14-week camp.
Right.
It ain't gonna matter.
Boots
Mm-hmm.
stopping them.
It ain't. V and Speedy rematch. He said he wanted to rematch. I don't know which way they're gonna go, but I know that's what the promoter was saying. He was saying Boots' name, and they love that fight and all that, talking like like that could be next for him. So I'm with it. I'm with it. Even a rematch, I'm with that too. Speedy won it. I won it for him. Let's see.
I think Showtime got a better chance of parlaying that than trying to convince what's the name to step down. You feel me? I think Showtime could parlay a rematch in that. You know what I'm saying? And if Via beat him again, if Via beats him again, then he puts himself in the mix. But I mean, at that point, for Boots, I'm just saying that would be a step down for him.
Yeah.
In the mix of what he's trying to accomplish.
He just said in the interview he's not doing no step downs. He's only going up.
See what I'm saying?
Unless he have to. You know what I mean?
Right.
Have to. Right. I'm just whatever is a good fight for us. I know I want
Boots
to
is
make
looking at the
sense.
Virgil Stanionis winner if he ain't getting no title shot.
Yeah. So again, that'll be another good fight. So as long as we get to get good fights that make sense, I'm cool with it. Speedy need to get back. Yeah, man, he was winning that fight, man. I just think that the judges and things, they became prisoners of the moment. This is just my interpretation of it, and he didn't do himself no favors by allowing the opponent to come on so strong in the championship rounds. That 10, 11, and 12 hit different, and I feel like that was the lasting impression. That's what they seen last. And man, you getting dropped twice in the last round. Definitely ain't do you no favors. But my whole thing is I know I can't be too crazy to feel like they kind of took it from him because, his own corner was sitting up there saying he needed a knockout. And it wasn't like they was just saying it just to light a fire in his ass. They really felt like he needed a knockout. And last time I checked, went the full 12 rounds. Even though it got dangerously close to a knockout at the end, he did not get that knockout that his team said he needed. In fact, it went to decision. I just felt like, prisons of the moment a lot of times in boxing, and that lasting impression just wasn't a good look for Speedy. And hey, maybe they was looking for an opportunity, but he didn't do himself no favors, man. You let up off the gas a bit, the back end. And maybe he was tired. I would like to interview him and ask him. Like I said, he already said he down. So I'm gonna see when I could work that out. But I definitely love to speak to him about this fight. Boots stop him here bad, motherfucker. He walked through Boots punches like that. Yeah, I'd be surprised if he did. And as well to be popping. Holding on to the win like they won the world championships. They comparing, saying this the next Edwin Valero. Damn, they went that far with it. Shoosh. He got lucky. He was very fortunate, man, and I appreciated his performance because he never gave up. He could have packed it in. He could have stopped trying. He didn't, and he showed what happened when you don't stop. Even though I still don't think he earned it, but he earned it. If you get what I'm saying, because he never stopped. So he did what he was supposed to do as a fighter. And the judges did what they did. I don't think they got it right.
That's the definition of hard work beats talent. Because when Villa beat Rashidi, Rashidi's more talented, but Villa was working harder.
Right. I'm with that, Ash. I'm with it. Like either way it play out, because then it maybe if it's not a Boots and they do go the rematch route, maybe Boots do get a winner and Stanionis and Virgil. You know what I'm saying? And that'd be great. Either Grease and his haircut. Might have been a prisoner of the moment too. I thought the way Wheeler marched back, he could have earned himself a draw, but it was close to me. Yeah, I feel you. He made a good case for himself, but you know what killed it for me though, y'all? The amount of punches that Speedy landed more than him. Like, man, bro, like 150 plus more punches. I think it was like 154 or something like that. I think punches landed more. And I'm like, how do y'all explain that? Like, I know it's distributed over 12 rounds. So it's like, damn, but for him to land that many more punches, you know, I get it, the knockdowns, but that's all in the one round. So it's like, get what I'm saying? How much could that really have done? And why did his team feel like he needed a knockout? You get what I'm saying? If he didn't. So, and why they were so excited when they won, because they knew, like, oh, we got that. We thought we needed a knockout. Close the show, he could have won. That's a fact, Jay. Like, closing the show, I think that's what hurt him. And why he thought it was cool to put his back against the ropes against a puncher, like you like a sitting duck when you do that, you know? It's like he get excited. He seen you put your back to the ropes like that, and you put yourself in a compromising situation where you didn't. You fought him when you should have boxed him. You get what I'm saying? You was too willing to try to exchange. You ain't had shit to prove. You made it to the 12th round with this dude. We know he heavy-handed. You ain't got to sit there and try to trade with him in the 12th. Who told you to do that? Like, you get what I'm saying? And again, I'm pretty sure nobody said brawl with him, but I think fatigue made it, you know, him being tired, he made some bad decisions down the stretch, and it cost him. Definition of never giving up and having a chin, that's a fact. iBox 23, salute. Appreciate you pulling up. It would be a problem if you teamed up with a top team. Yeah, shit, he a problem now, iBox. I feel you, but yeah, he a problem now. Salute to everybody in the building, man. Y'all punch that like button with your favorite punch, man. Sub to the channel if you're new in the building. And come rock out with the team, man. Vila was relentless. That's a fact, man. He just wouldn't stop. And again, I respect it. I'll watch him any day of the week because of how he fought. I love to see Speedy back. Think he going to recover from this. It's good to see that he took his loss. He feel the way he feel, but he ain't make no excuse about the loss. Dig what I'm saying? And I respect that about him. What if he just held in that last sequence fact, Sean, like this, the boxing him instead of fighting him? Why did you fight him? You didn't need to fight him at all in the 12th. You know that the instructions where they say just be smart and you know, box and move. That's all you were supposed to do. That's all you had to do. Even tie up. You know what I'm saying? If you was that hurt, well, take a knee. It's a lot of different things, like, you know what I mean, to buy you that time. And I ain't saying go no sucker route or nothing like that, but it's about being smart. You know you hurt like that. You trying to fight a guy back. Nah, take a knee and clear your damn head, bro, because he gonna knock you down anyway. And what did he do? He knocked you down anyway. So better off avoiding that last punch and, you know what I mean, or that one or two extra punches and taking that knee. Trying to showboat. I don't think that's what cost him. He might have did that to some degree, but again, yeah, that's kind of taking your eye off the prize. He way too dangerous to be in there playing with any way, shape, or form. Speedy, you want to fight me too, AJ? I think they took it from him, bro. I think they took it from him. Yeah, he should have clinched. I was about to say that's like taking a knee is like a lost art. It's kind of like reminding me of a QB that don't want to slide. You get what I'm saying? As he rather take the big hit that could change his career or change the entire game instead of just slide. And you get what I'm saying? And that's the same thing with the fighters. Is you rather fight back, try to fight back hurt, than just take a knee and clear your head for a second and buy yourself some time and get up out of that round. Especially in the 12th, bro. Especially. And it's like clinching is another thing, like a lost art. These dudes do not be knowing how to clinch. When they get rough, they don't. It was worked out the show. He did not get tired all 12 rounds. Smart with movement. Facts. He never got that type of tired. You would never see him tired to the point where, you know, he in risk of losing because he tired. Skywalker Boxing, TWT, my bro. What's good with it, Skywalker, man? Member in the flame. Salute to all my family in the building. Y'all punch that like button. Like I said, man, I had a good night of boxing last night. Shane rocked him, his knee buckled. He clinched immediately. You see what I'm saying? Had he not known how to clinch, he would have been finito. Like if he'd have been one of these new fighters, finito. It'd have been done. You know what I'm saying?
Night.
They said after Shane hit him like that, though, he told Shay, you gonna have to kill me. He went back to the court, said, "You gonna have to kill me."
What happened after that Shane punch?
He ain't landed another big shot.
Got his
Floyd
ass
completely beat the hell out of him, boy.
Shane was talking to him while he was getting the ass beat. He's like, "Man, why you hit me like that?" Pop, pop, pop.
I got from a golden boy. Some behind the scenes facts, fate. That's something else I said too, though. They ain't want him to win, bro. They did not want Speedy to win, man. They got their get back, man. It's one way or another. I be feeling like that. I think that's a real thing too, because this is a small boxing world, and they know each other. They want to pull a fast one, they can pull a fast one, bro. And I hate to be on a conspiracy train, but whatever. I know what time it is. I know what they could do. It's a doity game, man. A doity game, man. You dig? It's a doity game. Go and embarrass Shane after that. All facts. I actually beat that boy like he stole something. Beat him like he stole something. But yeah, man, Big Shot Shaw, man, he could come back from this loss. He ain't got to hang his head on this one, man. FA just salute the FA AJAGBA. I was wrong. I thought Big Shot Shaw was going to be outboxing this man and taking him to school a bit. But I think he could have if he'd have let them hands go the way he knew he was supposed to. I didn't think he was going to move as much. Thought he was going to stand his ground a lot more. And I guess FA really punching different because he was on his bike. And that guy too damn long. It's like he could catch up to you, bro. You ain't running from him, but you moving a lot. And when you stop, he going to be right there. And it's like, damn. But again, you know, go back to the drawing board. This shouldn't take your profile shouldn't take much of a hit losing to him. You ain't lose to no trash fighter. He didn't lose to a trash fighter. So at the end of the day, you could come back. Heavyweight, I think Shaw is 30 years old, I believe. So it ain't like you can't come back. He ain't old or nothing like that. He ain't get his ass beat. You know what I mean? A couple simple adjustments, minor adjustments would have got him the win last night. I really believe that.
He did good. I don't take nothing from him.
Yeah, he did good. He just know he left a lot of meat on the bone. A lot of meat on the bone.
Too much meat on the bone.
King of Mind Games, Johnny Q.
He left ribs and all.
He left a whole Cornish hen.
Skywalker working. I see you, Skywalker. Yeah, man. I'm just like, dang. But again, man, that's sometimes you gotta lose to learn, man. And once if you learn, it's a lesson and not a loss, man. And that's real.
OG so needs to skin or trim the meat.
You know what I'm saying? Wasn't no loser because he ain't get embarrassed in no way, shape, or form. He just got outpointed. It was a good scrap, like a chess match. I ain't expected to be
good
at that
match.
I expected to be a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Frank Sanchez like 43, right? He look it. He look it. So it's doing good. He's letting hands on. He could have beat a job, but yeah, that's the problem, Skywalker. He did that only in spots for me. And I was saying when he was trying to throw combinations, I'm like, yo, damn, this dude's hands are surprisingly fast, bro. Like, why is he like not letting them go more often, man? Let them hands go. Believe in your abilities, because I could see what you could do. Just do it. You know what I mean? Just put that work in, man. Especially being in as good a shape. He was in great shape. Both fighters, a salute to both of them because they both was in top shape, I believe. You know what I mean? And it showed. F.A. AJAGBA was confident and it showed why he came to fight. If I just expected a better fight out of Big Shot, yeah, I expected more activity for sure. I think that's what caused them the biggest issue, the lack of activity. No low volume puncher. You gotta go get a big dude like F.A., man. You see what Frank Sanchez did. Frank Sanchez went and got him. To be honest with you, he got him. He went and got him. And he was confident in his abilities to go get the dude. I think the height and reach both was problematic for Big Shot. It was hard. It was tough for him to get around that long ass jab. like you said, Josh, dude got the reach longer than Anthony Joshua's or
Him and
something.
Fury got the same exact reach,
Or
just
Fury's
85
so,
inches.
you know what I'm saying? So that shit is ridiculous, bro. So
and right behind Fury and FA, it's Wilder than Big Baby as
you know
far
what
as
I'm saying? So you know, I think that caused some issues for sure. So you just had to let them damn hands go. You see here, the mustard on FA punches facts showing them things was coming one day. FA was
salute to
going.
Miss Voice the Do, Miss Do.
Man, baby girl, how you feeling? Salute to my queen.
Good
You up from your nap?
Miss Voice.
Okay.
Because you know you the voice, so she's got to be the Miss
Inch
Voice.
reach. And shit, what's the name? Got what, like 80 something, I think, ain't it? Not Big Shot, FA. Let me see. Man, I'm pulled up. But that heavyweight fight, yeah, he got an 85-inch reach, man. Crazy.
Goodness gracious.
6'6" with an 85-inch reach, y'all. Just think about that for a second.
And Tyson Fury 6'9" with an 85-inch reach.
You know what I'm saying? Big Shot is 6'4" with an 81-inch reach. So he got him by 2 inches and 4-inch reach advantage. You know what I'm saying? So it was tough for him to get over it, man. That's for sure. That definitely causing some issues, man. That long ass jab that he definitely educated jab that he was utilizing very well.
Yes, you got another name, Mr. Do.
Connecting and opening the cut up on. Yeah, man. Yeah, man, that brings, that's so now, you know, salute to them, big salute to the FA and Big Shot, man. They did their thing. But yeah, Johnny Rice, him and Guido, and man, that fight, he was getting touched up, but he came on right when he needed to, and he threw the most important punch of the night. Was the one that cut that eye, I tell you that. And they was about to take that from him.
I like Rice's defense because he wasn't getting hit like that for real.
Yeah, he just was he was allowing dude to get off a bit. He wasn't getting tagged up left and right.
I think he was trying to time him.
He was getting touched here, and you know, it wasn't nothing crazy. It didn't look like he was getting hurt or nothing like that. And it did look like he just started to warm up a bit and started landing shots. And next thing you know, he threw that straight shot, split that eye. They was about to rob him. I'm glad they got it right. Man, if they'd have got it right against a certain somebody, they would have lost too. Tyson Fury. You know what I'm saying? Wonder why they ain't stopped that fight when his cut was bad, because his cut was worse than dudes.
Yes, it was.
You know what I'm saying? FA into something, but FA didn't bite. Yeah, FA was very disciplined and patient, yo, and that he was just as patient as Shaw in that Big Shot in that fight, and that was impressive. He was first, second, and sometimes last, and that was bad, yo. I'm like, man, you got to be first, man. You got the faster hands. You got to go get this dude, man. You got to go get him. We got another name of famous. She's terrible. Yeah, that 85-inch reach is something to be reckoned with, man. That's different.
Especially when you know how to use it, too.
Yeah, educated jab, discipline. He seemed like he improved a bit. He was responsible on defense as well. He fought a good fight, man. He surprised me, man. FA really could fight. I felt like he was changed man after that Frank Sanchez fight, but nah, he showed me that he still got his confidence and he could fight. Stubborn. It took like 3 guys to argue with him. The commissioner, the casino. Yeah, he was tripping, wasn't he? His ass, he ain't reffing no fights no time soon after that one. He could just cancel Christmas, buddy. Don't even worry about it. Buddy.
Yeah, I heard Johnny Skywalker. He said, man, it was a right hand that did that.
Real. Facts, and Johnny wasn't beat. He ran up like, what? Man, don't try that. Like, don't try that. Y'all gonna stop this. Y'all gonna do it the right way now. That joint, I cut him. It wasn't no damn headbutt. That's why I was like, was it a butt? Because if it was a butt, he was supposed to stop and say it was a cut from a butt. Clash of heads. You know what I'm saying? He didn't never do that because it didn't take place. You know what I'm saying? You just need to slow down. Yeah. Stop moving so much unnecessary moving and that'll help conserve his gas tank instead of depleting it with all that extra moving. Right hand, yeah, Johnny wasn't beat, man. Johnny was on it. So I was throwing a little fast combo without a lot of umph on it and covering back up in the ropes. Yeah, man, it's like that. He was not comfortable getting hit last night, or comfortable just letting his hands go more for whatever reason. Was it something he got hit with that made him extra cautious? But he was a little timid last night, and I just never seen him fight timid. And I know that's not your makeup. You can't just get into the biggest fight of your career and then, be a little gun shy and timid. That's obviously had to be something FA was doing or something FA hit him with. Birdie hit FA with straight. Nah, facts though. Hey.
D-man.
Oh man. The ref was looking stressed in there. Yeah, the ref was like, they got me. I tried to pull it fast when they got me.
Try to look out for you, buddy.
Yeah, facts, AJ. I see what you're saying. Yeah, some fighters do that with all that moving, because as the natural fatigue settle in, and then dude landing his shots here or there, you getting hit with some shots. It's just being that it's early in the fight, you can handle the power a bit better. But as you start to fatigue, it make a boy out of men. Then they get a little bit different. It gets spooky down the stretch when you gotta keep a dude up off you. Yeah, man. Salute to Johnny Rice, man. Like he known for upsetting people, man. Salute to Stormy B, man. He was on it. He said they should call him the upsetter, because that's what he be doing, man. You get in there in these fights where you be thinking he gonna lose and he just find a way to win. I don't care how he did it. I mean, hey, he threw the right.
I was impressed with his win over Coffee.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that dude, he be having fun in there. Like Johnny Rice, he a different dude, man. He a tricky dude to fight. And he got that energy. I'm telling you, man, you might sleep on Johnny Rice and you go in there and surprise you, because dude was definitely putting them rounds in the bank. You know what I mean? And here he came. He started coming on, hitting dude a little bit, start catching him with them rights, I believe. And that's the one that split the eye. Split that eyelid. That was right on the eye, like lid, like literally. I'm like, it did look like you could down there stick a finger in that joint. I'm like, man, it's a bad cut, but we know a certain somebody had another bad cut too and lost more blood than that. The boy was bleeding. You could see it in the performance. You could tell the blood was affecting him because he wasn't fighting the same. What's the name? It's Tyson Fury. You know what I'm saying? Facts, after being on the shelf. Yeah. And that's what cost him too. The inactivity and not, going them couple rounds. That stuff look good when you knock people out. It look good for your highlight reel or your highlight tape for the next day. But, once you, you know what I'm saying? Once that shit backfire, then it get bad for you. You need to be able to go to them rounds. And Speedy got tired down the back half, and Vila came on strong. Referees was prisoners of the moment. I guess they caught amnesia and forgot about the first 8 to 9 rounds straight. And it just seen what he did at the end. And why I say that? Because not one judge had it for Speedy. It was a draw on one card, and then the other 2 had it for Vila. And I'm like, that's crazy to me. Not one judge seen it for him. Nah, y'all took it from him. You did. I don't know who got to pay for that decision, but somebody got it off. And Vila did what he was supposed to do by, going to town, going to work. But again, man, salute to the heavyweight fights. They was both, decent fights. The main event, I thought it was going to be more offense on Shaw's side, but I wasn't disappointed. I just know he could have did more. But, both heavyweight bouts, they did what they did. But I'm going to tell y'all, my sleeper fight on this card, y'all, was, and I said it, Adam Blue Nose Lopez and Abraham Supernova, man.
Great fight.
They went to town, man.
Adam Lopez came on strong at the end.
Man, yeah, he did, bro. They went to work. I watched Speedy in the first half. I ate my whole mood change. I could feel it coming. To slow it down, right? Right, Sean. Flawless mentality. Salute to Dr. Mark.
Salute Dr. Mark, OG. Man. I've been seeing you live. Good work, OG.
Facts, Johnny. That's what I'm saying, bro. Yeah, man. OG be cooking up over there. I got my notifications on too, so I'm gonna make sure I catch more of them. Johnny, yeah, man, that Adam Lopez and Abraham Nova, man. Nova got that knockdown. And that changed the fight to me too. That was like a changing point, man. He had a little right before that seemed like he must have hit Lopez with something because he got his respect and he slowed down. Remember at first he was pressing the fight and Nova was doing the moving. I'm like, you got Nova moving a lot. This dude really pressing this fight. But shortly before that knockdown, like, you know, a little while before that knockdown, he stopped pressing as much and he set that shit up perfectly.
Hey, Just, if you don't remember, in like the 8th round when Nova was getting dead tired and trying to run, Lopez could have stopped him if he would have pressed it more. He could have had Nova stop.
And it seemed like he could at least press the gas and put him in an uncompromising situation. You get what I'm saying? Or a compromising situation. And he didn't do it. Like, and I think some of that was maybe fatigue on his behalf too. He might have been a little tired. And I think some of the work Nova did early kept dude honest. It kept Lopez a little honest, yo, because I think that he hurt, you know, obviously he hurt him, but he was catching him with some clean shots. Remember that shot he caught him with, that frozen? Kind of just froze. Like, I was like, Nova throwing some hard. And I told people he's going to look a bit better because, look, it was 130. Now, I don't think it was a perfect performance, but again, he one fight removed off being knocked out in the 5th round by a punch, you know what I'm saying? So he could have easily came near and been gun shy, hesitant, fighting timid with his confidence shaking. He didn't do that. He came out there and he was fighting back. It took him a quick second to get into it because he looked like he was a little tight at first, but he warmed up. Then you started seeing the fluidity and the work started going to the body real good, but in combination, and that's important for Abraham Nova. He start ripping them combinations, especially to the body. You could tell he into the fight now. Now he definitely was looking tight, and it reminded me of how he was looking early against Robisi. But it's like before he can get out of that phase or that moment with them tense moments, it's like the fight was over. And the 5th round, like he didn't get to all the way get in his bag, and it, you know what I mean? Like I said, Robisi landed his shot and ended the fight before he could do that. So he still looked tight all the way up into the knockout loss. But in this fight, he was looking tight. Then I seen him loosen up. Then I seen the fluidity in the work. Started going to the body in combination. Started mixing the combinations up to the head. Then shortly after, you know, you seen dude Adam Lopez just wasn't as aggressive no more. He wasn't going for it as much. You know what I'm saying? He looked like, you know, there's natural fatigue, and he looked like he was very like respecting the power that was coming back at him. And that allowed, you know what I mean, you know, Nova to get into a groove, get comfortable, get a knockdown, and he kind of really took the steam out of Lopez for some rounds. And then late, like the last couple rounds or so, Lopez came back on strong, and he looked like, you know, they both was tired and just they left it all in the ring. I called it my sleeper fight, and I told people that was going to be a potential like fight in the night type fight, and it lived up. That fight was dope, man. That was a good ass fight. Not that big on Nova. Yeah, it's not that I'm big on him, but I like I like the skill set. I see the skill, you know. He's a good fighter. You know what I mean? I like to see guys like that because you know you get counted out when you get knocked out bad like that. People count you out, even though it was his only loss. I like to see how people were able to rebound and recover from it. And he showed me that he was back. Like, you know what I mean? He had some tense moments in there because, you know, Adam Lopez gives most people a good fight anyway. I mean, I think he got about 4 losses now, but he gives everybody a pretty good fight. Much love and respect, Kings and Queens of the TWT fans. Appreciate you, Dr. Marks.
We appreciate you, OG.
Much
wisdom. Nothing but wisdom.
Sir. Killing Benjamin. Yeah, man. D-man. Yeah, so the young prospect, Dante Benjamin, definitely did his thing, man. And he was fighting an undefeated guy. He was taking a chance. Dude had all, first round knockouts and stoppages, I believe. And he ain't make it out of that round neither because Dante Benjamin had other plans. He blitzed dude, man. He got him up out of there quick. First round stoppage type deal, man. I told people this crop of prospects that Top Rank got are some damn good fighters, man. They some damn good fighters, man. Dante Benjamin put hands on Dude, I don't even remember the guy name he fought, but he beat his ass.
That boy right there is the future of 175 when all the
I'm
champions
telling you,
die.
man, he
That's the
definitely got
future
a
right
bright
there.
future up there. Yes,
You gonna go through
sir.
hell beating him.
Yes, sir. Johnny Rice did his thing. B. Norman, man. The only thing I know of the critique I say, man, I know he was taught as a kid not to play with his food, but you can't now, you know, under them lights, you got them rounds, you ain't got to be in a rush either, though. You know what I'm saying? Don't be in a rush all the time. You know what I'm saying? And I think he almost shot his little, like, I believe he was
did.
tired after that first round, but he still had more in him because he's young, and I believe he's in damn good shape. You know what I mean? If you look at him, he looked like he was in damn good shape, but you know what I mean? Even the best of them could shoot their load. And, you know, you already got them nervous, them tense moments. Not saying he nervous, but, you know, the lights, you know what I mean? Pressure on you, and you try to get your work done too fast. You was almost in a rush, and you don't need to be in a rush. It's the pros. You don't need to be fight at 100 miles an hour. And that's just an honest critique. That is, you know, because I rock with B Norm, and that's the only thing. You just slow the work down. But again, he was off for 13 months, y'all. 13-month layoff. There's no excuse. That's ring rust. That's ring rust as well. Like, know what I mean, putting it all together. That's why his pops was getting on him like that.
And I respect his pops so much for that.
Me too. And again, why that's gonna make him better? Because his pops ain't gonna just sit there, hold his hand, pat him on his ass, and rub his back. You know what I mean? Rub him on his head and tell him everything he doing is the right way, knowing damn well you need to fix up some shit if we talking about going after these champions. If we talking about getting more TV time, we talking about stepping it up a level and really making our mark. There's some shit you got to tighten up. You get what I'm saying? And that's what a good coach, a father/trainer is supposed to do. And he did it the right way. Got on his ass right then and there. You know what I'm saying? And whether or not Norman respond, that's another conversation. But I felt like his pops know him better than anybody else. So we can't say that ain't the right way to deal with him. We're just gonna have to see how they look moving forward. And again, I think some of that was rust. You could see it. You could see it, man. You could see it. You could definitely see it. You know what I'm saying? And he was very anxious too. So you know what I mean, you just gotta you know, just slow it down. Take your time in there because you do got time. This is the pro ranks. You know what I mean? This don't have to be you don't have to do everything in a rush. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. And people got to realize this is boxing. This ain't no.
Yeah,
This ain't
Sean.
one of the other sports. This is the hurt business. So he had every right to talk to his son like that, and give his head and.
Because he damn near had the moments like Sean was saying where he looked like was you gonna get stopped, dropped, or something? Like he was looking shaky on your legs. You know what I mean? Nova and Lopez is a little wild early. Good to see Nova get comfortable. Damn, Lopez got hard. Facts. You seen what I seen too, Dub. Yeah. You know what I mean? Little wild early, little rough, and then you seen Nova kind of tight early, and he loosened up, got into that fight. I'm telling you, whenever I start seeing a guy start just going from them single punches here and there to start punching in combination, now he rolling. Now the gears are going. You know what I'm saying? Now he into the fight, and that's what I seen. That's why he was able to control the fight like that. Then drop dude because he started going for it, and I'm like, that's how you do it. Stand your ground and go for it. His dad said, stop bullshit. And he knew it. Yeah, like you focus up. You know what I mean? Trade in some of that value for quality. You know what I mean? Slow up some of them shots. I ain't saying punch slow, but start placing some of them shots. Slow it down and pick your shots. You know what I'm saying? Create your opening, set some traps. Don't just go in there and try to blast the guy out. And that's just him being very young and still inexperienced. And you got a lot to learn. You know what I'm saying? Look, Russ too, I attribute that to Russ. You know, first fight on Top Rank, you want to impress. There's a lot of things that go into that, but it's a learning lesson. And for him, he was able to win. You know what I mean, and learn. He could definitely take that to the drawing board and get better, which I think he's gonna do. And he started looking a little woozy. You know what I'm saying? Facts. Lopez came to fight Blue Nose, man. He left it all in the ring. Him and Nova did.
He is his nickname. He showed it.
Hey man, I'm glad you said that because that's what I meant to. That's what I meant to bring up. That's 100% fact, Dub. Like I'm different, man. I don't tell nobody how to assess fights and none of that. I'm gonna just stay away from. I'm gonna just give mines. Like people tougher critics than me. Just because we don't know the names don't mean the opposition is not tough, man. I think Brian Norman had a dude in there that was tough. He took some shots. He did get dropped. You know what I mean? Brian Norman, he did get it. He did drop him. But man, I think these dudes all had somebody that wasn't going to lay down. Even Benjamin had an undefeated opponent. He just, you know, that 75, that 175 hit different, man. He was placing hands on buddy. But rest of these dudes had tough opponents. Shoot for all the dudes, tagging him up, beat him up every round. Dude ain't go nowhere. Whooped his ass. You get what I'm saying? These prospects were shining, man. B. Norman, he did his thing. It's always good things you could take away.
That's good. The Top Rank's matching them up tough early.
Early, man. Top Rank
throwing people
in there, bro. They throwing people in there. Throwing him in there. Haven Brady did his thing.
It's just that noise was getting on my nerves so bad.
Yeah. Everybody was saying that. I was like, wow, that just got to be something he do. I was like, I wish he just ain't have to do that. Because it's like the dude know when you throw him based off you do it with every single punch. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know. I wish that's something. I hope that's something that he changed, man. And I hope he get back with me because I was supposed to interview him, man. He had missed weight, and they said he didn't get his clothes and he wasn't able to work out. It was a story or a situation that happened while that happened. I think it's the second time it happened too. But he a big kid because he was just at 126 not too long ago. Now he got 130. I mean, he came in at 132 and a quarter pound or something like that. So
if Brian Norman Jr. would have shot his load, he would have ended that fight in the 4th or 5th. Easy.
Yeah. He ain't have to empty the tank like that. Because again,
you only do that on 4-round fights, not 10 and 12.
Yeah, you want to trade in some of that volume for quality. You know what I'm saying? Some of that quantity for quality, and that's all. This is a learning experience. A good thing for him. He didn't have to lose to learn that. I mean, he could go watch some tape and you know what I mean? Correct some things, and that'd be all right. Yeah, man. Yeah, Nova dropped his ass. Hurt him, man. He dropped him. I forget what round it was, but it wasn't too early. But he damn sure dropped it though. We're coming time with young fighters. Quit worrying about losing there. Oh, yeah. I think the big factor that plays into that now, AJ, is that's what they try to market. Being undefeated, and I think a lot of these dudes feel like they lose it, then they worried about their bag so much. And to a certain degree, I understand it, and it's unfortunate because we live in a different day and age where it's more so about the business than anything else. And everybody's always trying to do what's best for them in terms of what's going to lie in their pockets and what gets them paid, and doesn't always align with what we want in terms of matchups. You know what I mean? Because you see plenty of cases where guys are able to be overpaid for subpar opposition. And I think if, a lot of these fighters nowadays, they see an opportunity to do that, they're going to take it. You know what I'm saying? If they see an opportunity to fight lesser opposition for a good bag, for a big bag, then they're going to do it. And that's unfortunate, but that's what a business is. Something we always hear, don't do. Don't go looking for the knockout. Facts. Too eager. Facts, Doug. Facts. Too eager. First round, that's what we saw. But his opponent is tough as hell. Right there, some tough ass opponents in there. Them top ranked prospects. They match dudes up tough, man. Shushu had a tough guy that he beat up on. B. Norman had a tough guy that took all types of leather. Haven Brady had a guy that could fight. Haven Brady had a good opponent in there that was fighting back for sure. Bruce Gas, salute to you, OG. Appreciate you pulling up. How you feeling, OG? Can't stand when a fighter vocalize every punch. Tim Bradley used to get my damn nerves with it, yo. I'm telling you, bro. Telling you. Hate it, yo. Devin Alexander, too. I remember that. Yeah, bro, but ultimately a good card, man. These young prospects got more to work on. I think Haven Brady he looked better in his second fight under Bozy Ennis. His defense looked pretty decent. He got his lip bust, but other than that, he was very reactive when punches was getting thrown at him, and he was keeping them hands up. And then he was getting clipped a bit, and Bozy told him make the adjustment. You start seeing him hold the phone and keep that hand glued to the chin, and he made the adjustment. He stopped getting hit with that shot. So I seen his ability to follow instructions and make in-fight adjustments to stop him from getting hit with a shot that, you know what I mean, he definitely need to keep getting hit with. So salute to Haven Brady Jr. Hopefully I have him on when we figure out a time slot. And we're going to keep rocking. Good fight for Bruce Carrington. I mean, he showed, you know, he's smart. He's on the rise. He right where he needed to be. They challenging him accordingly. I think that's going to make him better. You know what I'm saying? They got a real crop of talent. Dante Benjamin did his thing. He caught a knockout. Then it's the only knockout on the card besides the Johnny Rice stoppage TKO, but that was the only legit knockout. But the rest of these fights was good, man. They were solid fights, solid tests. I think all these young fighters on Top Rank could grow from their performances and they experienced last night. You know what I mean? And as far as I know y'all hearing the same whispers I'm hearing. Devin Haney's supposed to be fighting Lomachenko May 20th, man. I'll probably revisit that in a different, separate video, talk about that a little bit. I think there's more clout chasing going on from Oscar De La Hoya and Ryan Garcia, and it's unfortunate. And at this point, yo, if they don't fight Tank and it's literally truly on them because of something they did, then I think it's time for Tank to do something about that man using his name if he ain't gonna fight him. Like at this point, it's getting ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? And this idiot right here, man. This idiot right here. Yeah, look at him. Look at his face. This idiot right here, man. He have no contract deadline for me. It's Monday. Or he moving on. All this dude is telling me is you think about it. Your fighter is not even the A side, like at all. You know that. You know that. I don't give a damn what you say. You know that. You know your fighter is not the A side of shit. You get what I'm saying? And with that being said, how you making deadlines and shit like that. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, that's why I picked the right one. Because you know, like, at this point, he got to be on drugs, man. No disrespect, man. This dude, I don't know what's up with him, but he pissing me off. They keep clout chasing Tank. Now you out here giving unrealistic deadlines. You talking about you ain't got no contract. Ryan Garcia saying he's seen the contract. So which one is it? Y'all right back doing this again. I'm going to let you know this right now, Oscar. I don't care if y'all ever hear about me, this channel, none of that. You and your boy Ryan, I'm going to crucify y'all something serious. Y'all find y'all way out this fight and you clout chase this man name again successfully, and you think that we gonna go for it. You think we bringing this energy into 2023, bro? You out here playing with people's name? Nah, we definitely not doing that. I'm gonna get on your helmet. I'm gonna get on Ryan Garcia helmet. I'm gonna crucify him, and I'm never speaking of him again until he fights somebody of note. That's how I'm carrying that. Oscar, you bogus. Lines you sniffing bogus. You the dude that you signed is bogus. You keep protecting your fighters, you're gonna keep getting them beat up. You just seen what happened to your boy Gilberto. It's gonna same thing gonna end up happening to Jaime Munguia. You're gonna get Ryan Garcia gonna have the same treatment. I think he got somebody else over there. He put out Virgil Ortiz. I'm telling you, all his fighters gonna end up meeting similar fates because he out here playing. Nobody got time for his shit, man. Shushu look great, but he would look awesome if he had body. Yeah, that's what the young man got to do a little bit more, D-man. Definitely focus on the body. Dudes do a lot of head hunting because they like that highlight reel knockout. So I think that's where they focus be at sometimes. But you go to the body a bit more, mix up the attack, really focus on breaking your opponent down, setting traps, breaking them down, and then getting him up out of there. And extend the punch. We got full sound effect. No, man, I'm telling you, yo. This dude, yo, Oscar, shout out, bro. Oscar, shout out. And Ryan, you bogus for even clout chasing and allowing this man to play with Tank like that. Yeah, crazy. But Devin Haney beat the hell out of Lomachenko. They trying to wait. They trying to wait you out. Trying to catch you weight drain. They playing with your career. Make that shit count when you get in there and beat that Ukrainian dude like they think you can't beat. Whoop his ass. Take his pound for pound spot. Make him irrelevant. And then move to 140 where you healthy. Where you going to be healthy, bro. Straight like that. Yeah, they say May 20th. So I might revisit that in another video. So salute to Dev Haney. Beat the hell out of Loma. Ryan. Stop lying. Getting there with Tank. You and your promoter not on the same page. You said you seen the contract. Your promoter said he never got one. I'm getting sick of the games. Don't nobody want to play. Dev gonna beat the hell out of Loma. Matter of fact, he gonna embarrass him. Y'all gonna be mad as hell, and y'all gonna have to explain why y'all been hating on this man for years. Thinking he can't beat Loma. He gonna beat him up. Y'all gonna make more excuses. Y'all gonna probably say because Loma was old or some weird shit like that. We ain't trying to hear it. He on the pound for pound list. He gonna beat the pound for pound great that is Vasyl Lomachenko, and that's it. He gonna move to 140 and continue to be great. And that's where I'm at with it. Ryan Garcia, if you don't get in there and get your nap this year with Tank Davis, I'm gonna crucify you and your bogus ass promoter. I'm telling you right now. And then I'm not gonna talk about you unless you fight somebody that makes sense. And that's just where I stand on that. That clout chasing shit is going on long enough. I'm sick of it. It's annoying. Don't nobody want to hear it no more. If you don't want to go to sleep, just say that. If you're not sleepy yet, don't call Tank name. You know what I'm saying? It's that simple. That shit getting corny. It's old. Built your career in a weird way off his name. Just constantly attaching your name to his and not fighting him. This year, you got to fight him or it is what it is. I'm not rocking with you straight like that. Deep Free, my bro. What's good with it, Deep Free?
What's going on, man?
Pay-per-view.
Man, this nigga, these niggas out here lying.
Yeah, playing around.
These niggas lying. This nigga Oscar said, first he said they wasn't signing a contract because they were trying to see what was going on with Tank Davis' court situation. They're not sure if he's gonna be able to fight. And then he turned around to yesterday or today said he never got a contract. So how you gonna be waiting to sign a contract if you never got it? I'm like, y'all niggas out here lying. You already done it. Then you talking about I'm gonna give you until Monday. You came out with this stuff today, and then you said I'm gonna give you till Monday. My deadline is Monday. Then we're moving on. You don't plan on having them fight. You already said you wanted Ryan Garcia to fight somebody before he fought Tank Davis because Tank Davis having a tune-up. He needs to have a tune-up, and Ryan Garcia said he didn't want a tune-up. So y'all was already at disagreement.
PBC told him he couldn't have a tune-up if he wanted the Tank Davis fight. I'm like, yo, man, I'm tired of them and they lies, yo. I'm sick of them. Because look, on one end you said you did it for the fans. Then later on you come out and say, oh nah, PBC said I couldn't get a tune-up if I wanted the Tank Davis fight. I'm tired of them, yo. I had it with they shit. I don't even care. To get in that ring and see who's gonna win. That's all. Go ahead. Take your nap like a man. Telling you.
Yeah, they on some dumb shit.
Yeah, right. He did make sure he enrolled in Bada. Thanks, B man. It's gonna come to a head though. If they don't fight that man, that's it, yo. That's it for him. I'm not talking about him until he fights somebody that makes sense. Oscar wasn't trying to make the fight since he said Al can't be involved. Yeah, Oscar is like amazing, yo. He think he's just gonna keep clout chasing. If it ain't that, and it's you making it seem like you willing to make Boots versus Virgil. Conor been talking about here like a Tank Davis fight, fresh off steroids, PED situation, talking about Tank Davis. Man, yo, if I hear one more person call Tank Davis' name outside of 135, that shit's gonna piss me off bad. Yo, what's wrong with all of y'all? Everybody saying never mind. Y'all want the money. I get it. Yeah, the nap and some money that's not a bad yeah, that's right. Get the best sleep of your life and the bag, yeah, cool. With the opportunity to be able to beat a guy that you probably people not gonna expect you to be able to beat, cool. It's like a win-win. You're supposed to lose anyway, right? I think that's what it is, and you can get paid. Yeah, they cool. That's what that is. His mouth is going to get him knocked out. I'm telling you, Smoke Bad is going to get him knocked the fuck out. Mm-hmm. Oscar bogus, but we'll see, man. We'll see. I'm gonna come back tomorrow and revisit some of this stuff with some new stuff. We're gonna talk about some more of this. And now I'm about to go get me something to eat. I'm starving. I hear me munching over here. I don't want to be eating while I'm on here. Being rude to the people. Much love to the family. I appreciate everybody that pulled up. My bros on the panel is always holding me down, man.
No problem, bro.
I already know, man. I mean, shit, who knows, man? It's only about to be 6. I might do a late night live or late night chop up. I got a feeling I'm going to be up all night, man. Like, why not be up here talking some boxing? So, y'all smash that like button on the way out. Salute to everybody in the fan, man. We're going to get on Ryan some more. We're going to talk more about Dad beating the hell out of Loma because that's what I'm pushing. They'll love for us to argue about Tank and Haney. Nah, they got business to take care of when they career. It's time for them to cross that path. They're going to both cross it. That's why I'm standing on that. Until then, he got Loma ass to beat, and Tank, you got Ryan to put to sleep. And that's just how I'm standing on it. Big shot, hold your head. If I ain't rocking, I was rocking with you before the loss. I'm rocking with you even more than the loss because I know it's always a certain amount of fans you're going to lose after seeing you lose because they suckers. That's how certain fans be anyway. Brian Norman, you need work. You're still a good fighter. Got a lot to work on. Your upside is high. Your ceiling is high. You and your father keep being great. Haven Brady, you and your father keep being great. It allows you to get work with Bozy Ennis. Y'all doing some great work over there. He looked better defensively already. And the second fight was what I was looking for, and they said that's what they worked on. A lot of defensive drills. I seen it. Good work, Bozy. Salute to Abraham Nova and Adam Lopez. They fought. That's the fight of the night. I'm standing on it. I called that my sleeper fight. I was right. That ended up being one of the fights of the night, in my opinion. They left it all in the ring. It was very competitive. You know, Abraham did his thing. Right man won. Bruce Carrington. And Shushu, that's my bro Crush, man. I rock with him too. Got to see him fight live. He did his thing. Solid opponent. I think these top ranked prospects got matched with solid fighters. Even DANTE Benjamin, who had an undefeated opponent that never been out of the first round. And he still ain't get out of the first round because Benjamin put hands on him, got him up out of there. So that was a good ass fight. He handled business. The prospect shine. Like I said, Abraham Nova came back strong. I watch him again. I'd like to see where Adam Lopez go from here. And I hope he don't retire. He should have about 4 losses. He ain't got the best record, about 16-4 now. 6 knockouts. I say he keep fighting because he got a lot more in the tank, especially after last night. That was a good fight. Overall, a solid card. Salute to Johnny Rice. They got it right. They was about to try to take his knockout victory from him. That he wasn't the happiest about how he won. You could see it from his look on his face. He didn't celebrate the way you normally would. So salute to him. But a win is a win. And that's the name of the game. You came to win. Salute to AJAGBA. I was wrong about him. He came to perform. He did well against Big Shot. I think with the right adjustments, Big Shot Shaw will make down the stretch. He'd be a lot better off. Quee, my sis. TWT family. How you feeling, sis? Let me drop the flame one time for my sis before we get FA, let's see what's next for you. And Big Shot, man, he'll be back. I know he will. Go back to the drawing board, make some adjustments, believe in and trust in your skills. I hope T get a follow-up interview with him so he could talk about his fight and, you know, what he felt went wrong for him and what he could have did better. Maybe why he didn't stand his ground and let his hands go as much. Like, you know, that's what this all about. It's good to support these fighters before the wins, win, lose, or draw. Have him back on here. Maybe he could tell us, give us some insight, and let him know that we still rocking with him, win, lose, or draw. So overall, good night of boxing we had, man. I'm satisfied. I ain't got nothing to complain about. On to the next card. Now I think we got the 28th to look forward to. I think that's Yard and Better Be.
That's gonna be a good one.
So yeah, so I'll stay tuned for that, man. So much love to everybody. Y'all punch the like button before y'all get up out of here if y'all haven't. Salute to my entire TWT family, man. Y'all know how we rocking. We're gonna get up out of here. I'll probably be back later, like I said, with a late night live. So whoever here pull up, we're gonna chop it up. We're gonna build, man. If the bros y'all in the building, you know I'm dropping a link. We just gonna chop it up, man. So with that, man, I'm up out of here. Yeah, we up out of here. Peace to the fan.